of everything.
One corner like we from free by ourselves. You get I'm coming from free by ourselves, Russ. You get I'm coming from, my G.
The most bullied people
So at the same time, till now, Black Hawk Down, till now, we're fighting. You don't call us pirates, but we're fighting our season. People have done toxic in our season, we're fighting them. But no other African nation jumps in this fight with us. Somali man stands by himself. So when I say this,
That's every African nation kind of
you tell me as an African, maybe
I'm Somali.
welcome to the continent, my Caribbean diaspora brothers. Welcome back.
They'll tell you
The
no.
concept of
Right?
black
I'm an
is being
African.
oppressed on
I'm
certain
from
people.
Africa.
With me, and when I'm in the hood, of course I'm black. My best friends are Congolese. This is the difference between me and my man. I came here when I was young, at 2 years old, and I went back home. He came here, he grew up over there and came here. So we had two different experiences with England. You get where I'm coming from, where he stood in one, but we don't, no one all speaks for ourselves. He speaks for
Khalid, what are you
himself.
saying? Khalid, what are you saying? Talk to me.
I don't know what you want to say.
No,
I
talk
want
to
to
me,
come
bro.
off the camera and talk.
No. I want to hear what you're saying.
I don't want to go on the
At the end
camera.
of the day, you're claiming something you're not.
I'm not claiming, you're acting for the camera. I'm just
I'm
being
not.
myself.
No, I said exactly what I said.
See what I'm
No,
saying?
I
He's
said
an actor.
exactly. I said exactly what I said right now behind the camera.
You get me?
I said exactly. Why are you running away, Khalid?
Fashion guru. You haven't got time.
Nah, we have to. Yeah,
about
come on.
Somal and your interaction. Look, even with the brother Khalid, you man are saying you man are one ethnicity, but you're not on one page. What's going on,
Bro, look.
You're not on.
Do you remember last Sunday?
Yeah.
So are we? Bro?
Yeah, I wasn't here last Sunday. What happened?
All right. Do you remember last Sunday when we were there?
Yeah,
And you guys were
Ah,
chatting
you said you had some things to refute.
Yeah. But there were a lot of Somalis here. All the Somalis that were here, only Khalid was the guy that was saying we were black. Every single Somali that was there, they said we're not black.
Okay.
Every single Somali, he was the only one.
Actually,
and
they
I don't know if you
they actively came out and said they're not black.
One sec, yeah. We were talking about the same. One sec.
Because it's a colour, it's a description of a colour.
Yeah, let me finish, bro. When we were there, right, we were talking about this. We were talking about this. Yeah? So it was only Khalid that stood out. But all the girls, the boys, they were on it. They were saying, "No, we're not." We were debating him. All of us against him, right? Now coming back to colour. What would you say? The South Indians, the Tamils.
Why do you always go to
one sec.
Why do we always do
no,
that?
no. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me.
Who are black?
No. South India, Aborigines,
Black.
and South Yemen.
Black.
What are they?
Black.
No, let me speak to the intellectual guy. Let me speak to the intellectual guy, please.
I'll be honest,
They got skin. No, they got dark skin, right? They got dark skin,
Black.
right? They got dark skin. But at the end of the day, they're not classified as black.
Why?
I know they're not.
But there are
doesn't classify them as
people. Listen.
Who doesn't classify them as black?
A person. For example, if you marry a black woman, and you have a child that's light skinned, a light skin, even though it doesn't matter how light skinned they are, right? They're black. So it's no longer about color.
Okay.
Wait,
You know
chill
what I'm
out.
saying?
No, it
So
is
it's no longer about color.
Kelbani.
So
Kelbani.
people
when I say,
Let me mention
Tamils-
Kelbani. Yeah, sorry.
Go on.
Kelbani was an imam in the Haram, in the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca. Yeah, when he was elected, he said he is elected as the first black qari, first black reader, in the Haram. And he said he felt like Obama, he's likening himself to Obama in the White House, right? Obama clearly identifies himself as black, or he's identified by other people as black. Kelbani himself, a black Arab, is identifying himself as black. So this states,
when you say black Arab, what kind of? Because we got Sudanese, we've got you know what I mean?
So we got
Who are we talking about?
If we got
Be
him, innit?
specific.
Sudanese. Wait, there's no black.
It's a mixture of
That's-
regional description combined with a description of pure colour.
Right.
Because Arab is so vast.
Exactly.
And when we talk about
There's
Sudanese, when we talk about Sudanese as well, Sudanese is not one. It's not one ethnic group. Who are we talking
We're
about?
talking about North.
Dongolawi.
Let's go
Right.
to
So if we're talking about North, we're talking about mixtures. We're talking about a mixture of people that were there
all
with
mixed.
Arab.
They're not all mixed.
So what? Show me.
Not all Northerners are mixed.
Show me.
The mix. The
The
mix.
ones that are not, are they black in
Arabs, are they?
complexion?
All right.
Are they black in the ones that are not mixed?
Yeah. But even some of those that are mixed are very black.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying the people there in the north that are not mixed, with indigenous Sudanese. I'm talking about they're fully Arab.
That are fully Arab.
Yeah.
No.
Are there any black ones from amongst them that
fully Arab?
do not trace their lineage to the Sudan, that are not Nubian?
Say, I'm missing your question.
What I'm saying is, in the north,
Yeah.
there would be black people,
Yes.
and then there would be black people who are a mixture of indigenous
Yes.
and Arab.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't know any other people,
that's not black.
Right.
Yeah,
that identify.
I agree. Yeah,
Are you saying
yeah.
up north, not all of them are mixed with Arab?
Not all of them, no.
Right, but I'm saying they're still black though, are they not?
No, they are black.
Right.
They're Nubians at the end of the day.
Yeah, so-
but come back to the point. My point is the reason why I say Somalis are not black. I'm talking about genetics. I'm talking about ancestry. I'm
don't know
talking
about
about.
genetics.
Do we have shared ancestry? Do we have shared genetics?
Listen, please. Let me finish. Yeah. When we say genetics, right? We're talking about ancestry. We're talking about the Cushitic race. I call them a race because the reason why I call Cushitic race, the definition of a race, right, are a group of people who are distinctively different from the rest of other people. Like they have their own. They're not mixed. They're not mixed. Okay, they're mixed. They're not mixed.
They're mixed.
Can I finish?
Are you dumb?
Let him finish.
Mixed of what?
Wait.
One sec.
You was originally Ethiopian.
Let me give it to
You
you.
was originally Ethiopian. Now you Somali.
Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you.
What does Afro?
Please, let me
What does
answer it.
Afro-Asiatic
At the end of the day,
imply?
Bantu, we're not even bringing it.
Listen,
Nah, we don't even need to bring it.
Exactly.
You don't even want to go there.
One, two,
Go on.
who am I answering?
Let him speak.
It's a mix a lot. Go on.
Let him speak, innit? We can respond afterwards. Let him speak.
Thank you.
He waffles on
Thank
a
you a
lot.
lot. Now you
Yeah,
waffle
we
because
all
you don't know what you're
waffle.
talking
Let me
about.
waffle. Let
Thank
him
you.
speak, innit?
Now look, when we say mixed, right? Let's go to Tanzania, for example. In the Tanzanian coast or in Tanzania, we've got people who are mixed with the Bantus, right? And they look distinctively different from the rest of Africa. They look like they're mixed. But when you come to Somalis, right? They come in dark, like fucking black, dark skin, right? But then the facial features and the hair texture is totally different. And the reason why this is, look, let's look at genetics here. For example, the Aborigines, look the way they look is because of their genetic code, right? They look, what's it called? They look West African or Negroid. By the same time,
No, because they're mixed.
No, not the color,
Aboriginals.
We're talking about dark.
Sub-original.
We're talking about, you don't
Not
know what you're
the
talking about. They're not
original.
mixed. I looked at that. They're not mixed.
Aboriginals
They're
are
not mixed.
original.
They're not mixed.
You're
They're
dealing
not
with etymology.
No, I'm dealing with facts.
Wait, let me finish.
What are you saying? Aboriginal?
Aboriginal
Let me finish.
is
original.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're
I
bollocks,
do.
man. Let me talk.
I do.
Let me talk. I'm trying to explain
They're
some
the first
real.
mix.
I'm trying to explain some real knowledge out here, bro.
They're
Let
the
me
first
finish.
mix in Africa.
Now look, when you look
That's
at these
why-
other countries that are
that's why
mixed,
they're
like
there.
black people that are mixed, yeah, they look mixed. Like literally,
Everybody in
mixed,
Africa is
right?
mixed. I don't
But coming back to
all
Somalia,
mixed.
right? Coming back to Somalia, right? Come back to Somalis and Ethiopians, Eritreans, Beja, Hanfar. All these people are the same people. You understand? They are the Cushitic race, distinctly different from the rest of Africa. They were like that starting from the day they started, right? You understand? Now I'm not refusing the fact that some Somalis did mix. I'm not refusing that.
What do you think?
I'm not refusing that, but I'm talking about the overwhelming majority of Somalis are of Somali and are of Cushitic race. You understand? So the reason why, wait, look, final adjustment. Yeah, final adjustment, brother, final adjustment. Remember when I said genetics, right? At the end of the day, look, there, when we look at the Cushitic genetic race, you got the
keep using
T1.
the word, that's a
You have the
refutation for
T1, you have the T1, which is M185, right?
You can't say that Kush and have nothing to do with ham. It don't make no sense.
And you have the E1B1, right? E1B1B. You understand? So come back to this. You see, E1B1 is West Africa. It came. But listen. 20. Sorry, thank you. E1B1A is West Africa, right?
Not West
and
Africa.
it
That's not how
came
DNA works.
or Bantu.
That's not how DNA works.
Do
You know what?
Let's call it
Jump
Bantu.
onto it now.
Can I finish? Or Bantu. When I finish, you guys, I'll give you all the time you want. I'll give you all the time you want. Yeah, let me just finish, right? E1B1A came first, right? 20,000 years ago, right? And and E1B1B came later, after like 6,000 years after.
Okay.
So that was 26. So there was a 6,000 years distance. You understand?
I beg your
So
pardon.
because of the genetic differentiation, right? That's what caused, for example, if an SMP genetic mutation is what causes, what's it called, features, hair texture, look, health, wherever you are, right? So a single genetic mutation can have a drastic effect on the human biology.
Mutation.
You understand?
All right.
Yeah.
Quick question.
That's my
quick
point.
question.
You got
Quick
quick
question.
mutation.
My major confusion what you said is you mentioned Kush, yeah? And is Kush not what we call Sudan today?
Nah.
So what are you calling Kush?
Sudan is Nubia, bro.
Sorry, you're correct. Yeah, but what I mean is
The capital of Nubia.
yeah, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like we're not dealing with the landmass as it is today.
Right.
But Kush historically is much larger than just Ethiopia.
And,
You know what I'm saying? So it goes into
see,
Southern
when we
Sudan.
talk- sorry,
So
go on.
you know what I'm saying, right? So what I'm saying is, like, if the man them are Kush,
Yeah.
because there's some people in Sudan that are Kush.
Yeah.
Right, just what I'm saying. Not everybody is, but some people, and the people in Sudan that are Kush, if you look at them, they might be considered Bantu, right? Because they got the same black skin and the woolly hair, you know what I'm saying, and them kind of things there. So I'm saying, like, and then you got people them that are in Congo that are also descendants of them same people there. So I'm saying that, like, my only confusion with the thing is that we're creating separations whereby if you got various different groups of people that are descended from the Kush. Yeah? Just what I'm saying. Like, why is it when we're creating a separation between who is black and who is not black? Just what I'm saying, because we share this lineage. Just what I'm saying.
But you don't want to give respect to your original ancestor who were Tutsi, who already has these features, who already has this look.
Right.
You could say is Cushitic.
Right,
Cushitic
right.
is not a people.
Yeah,
it's a look.
Yeah.
It's
a race. It's not a look. It's a race.
It's a prototype.
It's a race.
Can I
It's
say
not-
something on the
I don't
E1?
know.
Because you spoke about E1B1, and I just wanted to hold
Go
on.
on, go on.
You spoke about E1B1A, yeah, being 20,000 years old, yeah.
20.
Right. So and then by your own concession, you said that B came about later.
Yeah.
Now, B, yeah, is down to what? Down to a mutation.
Yeah.
Right. The fact that we're E1B1 and we're sprung off as A and B shows there's a relationship in our DNA.
There is, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So either A sprung from B or B sprung from A.
Right.
Right? So you can't be a completely distinct, different ethnic. No, I'm not saying you're not now. I'm saying you can become that now going future. But don't make it out as if they were some separate human beings. We weren't.
Okay.
We have a
we
common.
can say the same thing about white
ancestor.
people. No, we can say the same thing about white people.
Yeah,
Can we?
I wouldn't though.
Can we?
No,
Can we?
I tell you why. I tell you why we can say the same thing about
Right,
white
let's
people.
say that, yeah.
Because we come from the same ancestral lineage to Adam and
What
Eve.
is-
Adam and Eve.
What
At the
is-
end of the day. But at the end of the day,
What-
if
I'm not really with Adams.
But-
Do you know
No,
what?
no,
Do
no,
you know
no.
why?
Whether you believe it or
Wait,
not.
let's say.
What are you
Do you know? Why?
Nah,
But it's
nah.
incorrect because
Go on.
we're talking about the DNA, which is a lot more.
I want
We're
to
talking
prove yours
about
about
DNA,
Nubia.
which is a lot more closely linked. What is the DNA marker? Yeah, of European Caucasian people now.
It's a separate
Is it E1 B1 anything? Is there any link like that? No. It's a lot.
Actually, there is a
They
major.
like got J's and
no,
stuff
no,
in
no,
there,
no.
like-
Actually, there is a major
Yeah, go on.
a highlight of the E1B1B
Yeah.
in Europe.
In
Major.
Southern Europe,
40,
right?
30, 50.
But Southern Europe, right?
Southern
Yeah,
Europe.
where the Moors
Yeah,
went
yeah,
east
that's what I'm
and
saying,
all
but
of that. And then-
that's because that's
Coming back to the
because
point, because I wanted to address.
Okay.
Do you know how
But
many airplane flights
have
there
I
are?
made my
Yeah,
point
I know,
clear
I know.
though?
Think
My
of that
point.
and then think of, like, I understand the whole thing, but you have to understand that since these times, since the origination of everything, we're so diluted and mixed. It's like Sentinel. I would love to know the original tribes. Like, I know I'm kind of from one of them places, like in the hills and that in Afghanistan. It's a tribal province, ungoverned Pathan people. But even Pathan people, bro, you got doctors here marrying off this woman. She's what different cultures, if you want to call it.
You marry into another
Yeah.
I
Now,
accept all of
what
that,
I
no.
think, what man's shooting at is, for me, and this incorporates the Adam story side of it very, like, peacefully and, without problems. For the people who believe that, including myself, that Adam Salem's first person brought forward, it's like genetic codes. I think there's a genuine input, not to align a genetic code or anything to the original human, because we don't want to cause dissection.
Well, there is no connection because this individual has he got a belly button? That's
What I'm
another
trying to
story.
say, brother, and I want to come back to your
Someone who was created
Nubian
Kush,
thing,
you know what I'm saying?
Kush, yeah?
We are not created.
So
we're
the
born.
thing is this,
So,
yeah?
I don't know.
You see, the reason why you're white, right, is the original man was said it was a black man, right? He has a dark skin, right? Adam was black. So coming back to the point, yeah? Last time there was another Arab guy, there was a guy that was arguing that, we came before you guys. And I said, nah, actually they came before us.
he said that,
And I know I was true about it, right? Now come back to the white man. Once upon a time, the first man that we come from had dark skin, he was a black guy. But at the end of the day, at some point, due to genetic mutation, you look the way you look. One of your ancestors.
How do you think people
No,
turn
it is.
That's what I want to know. How do
But
people
come back
turn
to the
white?
point.
Mutation from what?
What's Mutation from what? Look. For
That's
example,
what I wanna know.
after each thousand or few thousand years, one of
That's
your
what I wanna
ancestral
know about
lineage,
how the
right,
whites
would
come
have a genetic code that's different to yours. There is. Go do your research.
Yeah, no.
Go do your
Eventually,
research.
there will be a mutation that will
Yeah.
come about in your
In a
DNA.
particular
But
environment.
It's going to be.
I want to come back to yours.
Probably millennia.
Now, coming back to Nubia and all Nubians being one. At the end of the day, in Nubia, you had Nilotics. Right? Yeah. Wait. People of the Nile. People of the Nile. People of the Nile.
Get back on that.
Nah. That's.
No, let finish. Go.
No, we can go there, but I want to cover his as well. I've got a lot of things to cover in one conversation because everybody's saying some stuff in it. But come back to the point. In Nubia, you had Nilotics, and also you had what's it called, Hamitic Nilotics, who like what's it called, a two-mixed group. Also, look, when you go to Maasai, for example, the Maasai people, right? They are half Cushitic, half Nilotic. You understand? They got mixed. You got the Rendile people, who are very much close to the Tutsis and the Somalis and the Cushitic people. So it's very vast.
Are they related?
Now,
then?
they're Cushitic. They are Hamitic and Cushitic. You understand? So now, coming back to what's it called, the Nilotic thing in Nubia. Nubia, right, was not just about one group of people like all Kush.
I agree with that.
Nubia included Cushitic, Nilotics, and Nubians. Also, you had Berbers. You had so many people who were residing on the north. You understand? And then you come to the western side, or in central Congo, you had the Bantus expanding everywhere to the extent that they came all the way to East Africa, right? So at the end of the day,
So 20,000 years ago, when the Bible never existed.
Are we on the same subject? Are we on the same subject?
Yes.
No, it's a good point. It's gonna be, it's a good
When
point.
the Bible never existed.
It's a good point.
There were people
Called
running
Hamites.
around
Yeah, it's true.
with biblical names.
Okay.
It's a good point.
No, it's a good question.
No,
can't lie, it's a good point.
No, you're laughing at it.
it's a
Still,
good
I got to come to Khalid's aid here. Just because the book itself was formulated 20,000 years, if it's reporting about history, then it's not got to be. It's not something so funny that the names.
I hear
would
what you're
be
saying.
recorded correctly.
I hear what you're saying. My point is that I don't know, as I was saying last week, that terms like Hamite and
20,000 years ago.
No, but relate to African reality. I believe that these are terms that people with that mentality have come and they've defined people according to their religiosity in relation to that. But I don't think
that's something I wanted to cover.
Rather than saying
that's something I wanted to cover. I really wanted to cover that because I saw it. So now look, I can only.
And you heard me say that I wish the Somali runners were here in the conversation.
Yeah.
You get me?
And exactly.
Right.
I can only depict history through the Somali eyes because I don't know. I can't depict history other than anywhere else, right? Okay. Now I'm Somali, right? And as Somali, the name Somali comes from an ancestor called Somali, right? Yeah. And Somali comes from another ancestor known as Kahin, Abrone, and then it goes to Canaan. That's how we say in Somali. That's a Somali name. You know how you have Canaan or Canaan in English? In its original form, it's Canaan. You understand? That's how it's and these people, right? They come to Africa. They take certain names. They take certain names and they transform it into their own words. For example, Pharaoh, right? When you define the word Pharaoh, one second. Wait. When you define the word Pharaoh,
I want to jump on that.
Can I finish?
Canaanite. We got to hit that Canaanite.
For example, when you translate the name the name Pharaoh is like the great dynasty, the great house, whereby in the original form it's Fir'aun. Even in the Quran, the word Fir'aun is not Arabic, right? But Allah mentioned it exactly the way it meant to be. So Fir'aun in Somali, it means Fir means lineage, Fir. And Aun means everlasting or the long-living house.
But you
understand? Now you have. This is why I'm saying these names. This is why I use the example. This is why we use the example. It's showing that these people come to Africa or Arabia or other countries, take certain names and transform it white people, right? The people that write about history. And they transform it. Let me finish, bro. I'm saying something. I'm already saying something. Don't be disrespectful, man.
Do you think?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Relax.
Thank you. I am relaxed. There you go. Now look, the people, right? So these people will come and they take these names and and do whatever they want to do with it, right? For example, Joseph wasn't his name, or Jesus was not his name. His name was Eesa, as we all agree, or Muslims agree, I would say, right? So, all right. Now the point I'm trying to make, the point I'm trying to make as Somali is Somali. So the name Canaan, for example, Ham is not even Ham. It's Ham with Ha. It's Ha. It's Ham. You understand? So there's a lot of things that people miss. So it's not a biblical thing already. So if the Bible documented these historical events, the names are not incorrect. It's just like within the English Bible, yes, the names are incorrect.
Can I just the
quick thing? I want to clarify one second, right? Are you therefore saying that the people that defied Hamites got that designation from a people or groups of people that already existed under a variation of that name.
Sorry, what was that?
So say for example, it's not Ham, it's Ham, yeah? Are you saying that people come and see people saying Ham or a variation of Ham, yeah, and call them Hamites? Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't catch that yet, but what I'm saying is like through history,
Yes.
people came, right, when Africa collapsed.
Yeah, and they took a name,
yeah.
and they said, so they took a name
example,
that sounds like Ham,
Yeah.
and they saw people calling themselves this name that sounds like Ham, and they called them Ham. Is that what you're saying?
All right, okay, in other words, I'll make it easy for you. See,
Yeah.
in English,
Yeah.
there are some vowels that you can't pronounce.
Right, yeah.
Like ha, ha, you know what I mean? Or ah, you can't say these words in English.
It's
So
not
the
a trick
best...
question he's asking you, you know.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he's saying the people saw, okay, in Somal, people said they were Kenani. Yeah?
Yeah.
He's asking, did the English people come and they say, these men call themselves Kenani, we're going to call them Canaanites now?
Right. That kind of vibe, yes.
Something like that, yeah. I would say something to that
Okay,
event, yeah.
okay,
For example, in the Bible, in the Bible, another best way to explain this, look at the Bible, the way it's edited, right?
Yeah.
When you look at the Hebrew version of the Bible,
Yeah.
right, there are
Well, I'm
words
reading the
that,
Bible
wait,
right now, sorry.
there are words,
The
there are
only thing that
words.
you can use to
There are-
decide fair around and all this
No,
stuff.
there are
It's all
words. No, I'm trying to.
European,
Right.
Greek,
No, it's
that's what
not.
you can
It's
use.
not.
So
It's
that's
not.
why I asked him.
It's not.
It's
It's
the
not.
Greeks and that help interpret his text because he's using
we as
their-
human beings.
All I'm saying is,
hold on. The biblical
Greeks has
narrative
nothing to do with it.
says between 6,000 and 8,000 years. This is the problem.
Right.
This is the problem.
Point taken.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but-
6,000
That's
and
a good point.
8,000
That is a
years.
good point. That is a
According
good
to
point.
any
Whether it's a good point or
biblical
not, whether it's a
narrative.
good point or not,
Any biblical text.
we cannot disagree. We cannot disagree that the
6,000.
Bible itself, right, it was written in a language that was different to English. But when the English people took it,
Right.
we say every word by word is similar to the original Bible. In pronunciation.
But the point is the time frame that you're talking about.
Yeah.
In any religious tradition, do they go beyond 6,000 years? I've never heard a Hebrews contest this. I've never. That's not longer than 6,000 though, Machi. Oh yeah. Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I've not heard Muslims contest this. I've not heard Hebrews contest this. All of the Abrahamic religions tend to be working with a 6,000 year time frame as far as them time until now.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the point that he's making is a good one in the sense of the fact that.
Are you talking about
If we
how
talk
the
about
earth was
Ham-
created in 6,000 years?
Wait.
Yeah.
Time frame, you talking about time frame of the Bible itself being penned or the time frame of the peoples?
Yeah.
Of the
So
history
time
that
frame of the people
of
is
the
going to be
history.
different from the
It's
time
gonna
frame.
be,
that's
right.
penned.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
they say we as human beings, according to the scientists, are 300,000 years old. So now that even throws it even worse.
That, but
We're little
seriously, correct
20,000.
me if I'm wrong
You know
though.
what I'm
innit?
saying?
When we're talking about, like,
We
say
were
for
still here
example, from the time
100,000
of
years
Noah
ago. We were
and
still here
Adam and them kind of things
Yeah.
there, do all the Abrahamic religions deal with the 6,000 year
Nah,
time
we're
period?
not dealing with
All right,
that.
Yes, they do.
We're
break it
dealing
up.
with. We're not saying Adam was alive 6,000 years ago.
So, all right,
that's not what we're saying
what's
at all.
What's the time frame? What's the time frame then?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hold on.
We're dealing with
No,
timelines.
that's
But they
fine.
have a
That's fine. So what is the time frame then?
So the time frame would
Let's
be from
say
the penning of the Torah. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
can say from Moses. Yeah.
But Moses wasn't supposed to be 6,000 years ago. Moses was how much? Moses was what 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
According to the narrative, is it Moses supposed to be 3,000 about 3,000 years
So
ago?
why am I thinking? So why am I
Halfway
thinking
down.
that the Torah was penned down, started being penned down 5,000 years ago? Maybe I'm a little bit off.
But again, that's
yeah.
within a 6,000 year
Cool.
period.
Yeah.
My only point is, maybe you're right. I don't know. All I'm saying is,
you're right.
I don't know of any Abrahamic religious tradition that goes beyond a 6,000 year period. I don't. So I've heard your argument before, but I'm saying in terms of the key characters like Abraham, Noah,
Adam.
right, all the people there. I've heard people say that Adam was pre whatever,
Yeah.
but that's Adam. I don't know man like that are saying that Abraham was longer than or Noah was
Abraham,
longer than.
you know,
You know what I'm
Abraham-
saying?
See, traditionally speaking, I don't know anyone who's limited it to that biblical time frame of
Yeah.
6,000. That's not familiar.
You
That's not
can
familiar
bring
to
up
me.
any biblical timeline
But is-
now.
but- so what
on,
is- yeah.
on average,
Yeah.
and it would say
6,000.
between 6,
Yeah.
as I said,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
8,000.
So how
Right,
do they go
okay.
about working that out then?
Right. So they because even in the Bible it will have the length that Adam lived.
Right.
So they say 700 years.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then from 700 years to the next one, to the next one, to
Okay.
the next one.
But
to
what
the
he's
next one.
saying though is that let's call it 8,000.
Yeah.
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 We're talking about people that have existed for significantly longer than
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 25
For
years.
example,
You said he won't be on B.
for example, right? You know Abraham.
Yeah.
You said
Right?
E1 B1B is 20,000
Abraham alayhi
years.
salam, yeah?
Yeah.
He lived at the time of the Mesopotamian kingdom, right?
Right.
And he lived at the time of someone that you might not agree with, the time of Nimrod, right? Or the
Yeah,
time of
Abraham,
Nimrod,
you say.
right? Yeah, Abraham, yeah. So Mesopotamia,
Yeah.
we can actually, I don't know exactly when the Mesopotamian era started, but Nimrod was one of the earliest kings of Mesopotamia.
But we're talking, alright, again, if we're talking about Mesopotamia, like Kemet and them places
going
there.
deep into
No,
this.
seriously, no, seriously.
but
I'm not a biblical guy in it, but I'm
So
saying.
we're not saying now everything that
No,
we
but-
know about
Yeah, yeah.
religion or
But
history of religion in
Mesopotamia-
6,000 years. We're not saying that.
Yeah, but Mesopotamia and that stuff that's within a 6,000 to 8,000 year time frame.
Where you getting this from?
Right? Yeah. But I'm saying that the people them that we're talking about, because you have to remember that what's it called? Before that, the people of what was later called Nubia, which the Kemettians called Tarseti, were previous to that.
That's right.
Already had a
They already had
a
dynasties
culture.
and whatnot,
Right.
yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Previous to that.
To 6,000 years.
The people that were in what we now call Sudan.
Yeah.
They what?
They had culture, and civilization.
Predating
So
the
it was
Bible.
them that informed what eventually
influence.
became Kemet. Yeah.
Hold on.
Right, so I'm saying-
Let us
Nimrod,
let's
yeah,
see if we can make sense of
course,
this. All right. Okay.
Yeah, Nimrod last 5
Let's see
minutes.
if we can make
Nimrod
sense of
is
this.
3,000.
Listen, we're not trying to get sidetracked here.
Yeah, but are you saying
So
that there's a
in the
similar-
6,000 years, that's half.
Are you
That's
saying
actually 3,000
Kemet
years
is
before Christ.
10,000.
Oh yeah. So he's right then.
That's
Yeah.
5,000 years ago.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So are you saying that there's a civilization in Africa
So the problem
before
is
Kemet, yes.
Nimrod?
Sumerian.
I'm saying before Kemet. I'm not dealing with
Who is
Nimrod.
Kemet? Who's Kemet?
Kemet is Egypt,
Right?
ancient
You
Egypt.
know,
Hold on. Babylon came before Egypt. It was Babylon.
no.
Loud, that's what I'm saying. Loud is
Hold on a
pseudo
minute,
history.
hold on a
Like,
minute,
let's go
man.
back to this
Hold on a
thing.
minute.
Akhi,
Hold on.
I wanted to ask
You're
him
saying
about.
it's pseudo, but it's
Here it is,
biblical, by G.
No,
No,
so
it's
Babylon. No, hold on.
biblical, it's not
No,
facts.
Hold on, wait.
The Bible's not facts.
No, hold on. Babylon came before Egypt. Hold on. I know you say
Where?
that. I'm
Where's
going to
the
show
facts
you.
on
I'm going to
that?
show you. Hold on.
man,
I'm going to show you. Because after the flood,
It's biblical. You're talking.
hold on.
Dealing with.
Wait. The flood is the beginning of all civilization, as it were. The flood. Hold on.
No, it was a local flood.
No, there was hold on a minute, German. I will let you know.
Not worldwide, my brother.
There was civilization before the flood, but after the flood, there was a beginning of civilization.
Only if you believe that the flood was worldwide.
It was worldwide.
It wasn't worldwide.
Who says that?
I'm tapping something now. So wait, hold on.
Right.
So wait, so Noah, wait, hold on. So is the man saying then that
sorry, I missed
Noah is supposed to be
Was Noah sent to the whole
6,000
world?
years ago?
Sorry?
Was
Is that what
Noah
he's
sent
saying?
as a prophet to the whole world?
Not even eight.
Because civilization
But at
didn't
that
reach the
time,
whole world.
So God drowned people that were not civilized for no reason.
Right.
All right.
Didn't say no wonders, no nothing.
No, wait. Can I break it out to layman
go on,
terms?
yeah.
Say, for instance, civilization was where.
So are you a Christian or a Hebrew? Which one?
It sounds more
Doesn't matter
Hebrew.
really, Hold on. Don't see myself.
We're going to learn in a
Say,
bit.
for instance, this geographic location here that we're standing, all of this, was civilization.
Right.
Okay? God wouldn't send Noah to Brixton because there's nobody living there. Civilization was this, in this geographic location.
Yeah.
You're
So
basically
this,
saying Pangea.
so this geographic location was where God would have sent Noah.
So
Because
understand-
this was only the civilization.
So understand my point.
Pangea,
If there's only people in Hyde Park, why would God send a flood that destroys Marble Arch, Collier's Wood, Neasden Green, Willesden? Why?
Right. Good question.
What's the actually,
No,
you
can
are
I answer the
assuming-
question?
wait,
Go
wait,
on,
wait,
answer
wait,
it,
wait,
answer
wait,
it.
yeah.
You can try.
You are assuming that there were other civilizations. Then they remember after Nuh alayhi salam, he built a boat in it. So I'm assuming as well that at the time of Nuh alayhi salam they were the only people. at
Yeah,
that
but
time.
we don't have anything from the Quranic thing to say it was only Nuh.
But why would he need what's it called two pairs
but
of each animal?
sorry,
Why would Allah need two pairs?
We are. I want to learn something. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. But for things like
Otherwise,
that,
they would have to migrate.
yeah. But I'm saying from a Quranic perspective, for things like that, doesn't the Quran rely on the
No,
Torah?
we don't
Yeah,
rely
it
on.
does,
No,
it
we
does, it does.
don't.
No,
No,
it does.
don't say it does. You're not a Muslim.
Hold on a
Quran.
minute.
Quran.
Did not Muhammad say ask from the
No, he
people?
didn't say ask from the
That's
people.
what I understand. He said,
Listen,
yeah.
Muhammad said ask from the people.
That's what I'm asking.
Of course he does.
Right. So So
I'll
the
leave
Quran, mentions that it is a muhaymin, it is a like quality control or a confirm. It validates what comes before it.
Exactly.
Not we don't look to what comes before
I hear
it as
you.
a validation.
But,
That's what I'm saying.
But does the
So
Quran speak about Noah and the flood and
Yes,
give these
of course.
details?
Yes.
Yeah. No, but it doesn't talk about Noah. It doesn't talk about the flood being the whole world.
Right.
It talks about Noah and his people, Noah's people.
Right.
It talks about Noah come to his people, warning them of a punishment.
Right.
Them not heeding it and them being punished.
Right.
It does not make sense. Allah says, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. We do not punish people until we send to them messengers.
Right.
So if you're telling me, even the goat herder in the mountain, might be a pagan, but he's not being warned, God don't just destroy him for no reason.
Can I come in? Can I come in?
I ain't got no hope for that.
Hold on, stay where you are.
I've been warned many times, you know.
Hold on.
I'm still living if I'm
Listen,
business.
stay where you are.
You didn't say Allahu Akbar last week, bro. I saw you, bro.
Check this out. So, hear the point now. Hear the point. Was God sent Noah to the world? Now check this out. Why then was Noah told to put a certain number of animals into the ark if it wasn't global?
That's what I said, yeah.
The message was a global one. That's why.
It's a good argument still, though.
Hear this out.
In what time?
The reason
Hold on,
why
one second.
they was told that a particular number of animals was to go in the ark because God had created all the animals and they were from east, west, north, and south.
Unless now,
Of where?
as an outsider,
No. Where did Noah live?
Yeah.
I was going to ask unless.
Where was Noah from?
You can coin that in modern day Iraq.
Okay.
Modern day Iraq.
Okay. So
Mesopotamian region,
now, according to the archaeology, you know what I'm saying, and according to the region
That's
in
fine,
the
that's
desert,
fine. Yeah.
at one time it would have been underwater, yes?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because high up in the mountains of certain parts of thing, they found silt. They found silt in the rock to show that there was a flood.
All right,
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What we're saying is that it was local to the area. You understand?
The
So if
world.
there were any animals,
So to them people it was the world, but it weren't really the world.
No. But hold a second.
right.
Hold a second with the argument. The animals. They said that the animals that were found and the fruits that we eat today, the geographic location that they came from, tell us.
Let me not go into this, brother.
This is where. Hold on. This is where the flood started because the location where the animals were, we can tell that this is where.
Animals were in there.
Let me just make one last point on the boat.
If there was lions on the boat, they were Africa, That's what I'm saying. If there were lions,
I
agree.
First off,
I agree. Yeah, joke.
two what the brother wants to say is there was 2 pairs of each animal
In the world, yeah.
Clean and unclean,
maybe even T-Rex and all the raptors and
Of course, that's
right. On this boat.
All over the world.
What was the measurements of this boat? How big was this boat? Was it always extended?
The only way it could have been that is if they had.
Eesa, you're jumping on committed cockroaches.
Listen, it just makes sense. You know, if you're just makes sense. If you're people with livestock and your whole land's gonna be flooded, you take your possessions onto a boat. Minimally, when everything's done, you repopulate from the start.
Not even that. You gotta ask the brother as well. Yeah, if this is a worldwide event. And
Multiply. No, they didn't multiply as much. That's what I'm saying. At the time when he took them in, he just took a percentage. That's all. They get it wrong.
So where was the plug for the water to go
He took a percentage of the animal, not all of them.
That's one.
Gentlemen,
But
he
to be
took
fair,
a percentage of the animal, not
we were
all
on
of
a
them.
different subject, but we probably just had.
When Noah opened up the
It's a
flipping
percentage
boat, how many seconds did he give each animal to run before they realized that, hold on a minute, I'm a predator, that's prey, I need to kill it? How long did that happen?
Well, God's word.
We're
God's word.
on a different stage.
Listen.
Demonstrated.
You came far off the Somali people, bro.
No, I know. I want to go back.
go back.
I want to come back to Easa's point, innit? Look, when we count the generation times from Adam to Nuh, right? We've got Adam, we've got Sham, we've got Shampoo. I don't know.
We've got 10 generations.
Exactly.
Shu'aib, Saleh.
No. Shu'aib is not. Didn't come before Nuh. It was after Nuh.
Shu'aib's after Nuh.
After Nuh, yeah.
Saleh.
Saleh's after Nuh as well.
Okay, yeah,
You
you're
understand?
right,
And
you're
Hud and these
right.
guys,
After Shem, yeah.
So basically, you've got
Noah.
you got Adam, You've got and his
children.
His children.
Yeah.
So from his children was
Cain and Abel.
No, there's a guy by the name of Seth, right?
Chief.
And then from Seth you have Idris. From Idris you have Enoch. Then you from Enoch you have Nuh. So at the end of the day,
Yeah, you're right. That's all right.
Let me stop.
So my point.
Set is the first one from Adam.
No.
Seth is third. Is the third one,
Third
right?
one,
From
But
Adam.
the
From
first
Adam.
one from God.
No, from Adam.
No, because they're telling you that this creation is not going to be in the image of likeness of Adam, but in the image and likeness of the Creator.
Right. So
I take this one personally,
Yeah.
in the making of.
Right.
This is what they're talking about, Seth.
No.
Seth. Sorry. Set. An Egyptian name.
Yeah, but it's
All
not.
the way in the beginning. Hold on 1 second. All the way in the beginning. Set.
Dropping up the Wapian science, right?
No. Hold on, wait. You missed something. After Adam and Eve.
Why are you using Egyptian words?
No.
Right
Adam
at
and
the
Eve.
beginning.
No, wait. Adam and Eve.
Right.
Adam
Cain and Abel. Go on.
Yeah.
Abel.
Yeah, came down in the
Ethiopian,
line.
by
In the
the way.
line of Adam. In the line of Adam, you have Seth, which was the grandson of Adam, pretty much.
And then you had Sheep.
And then out of that, you came a man called
Sheep.
What's Abraham's father?
no.
Abraham's father, Terah.
Listen to
Terah,
me.
and after
Listen
hold on
to
1
me.
minute.
Abraham's
After
father,
Seth-
we're talking about Seth,
Seth's
man. How do you
bloodline.
get- how do you
1
get
second.
there?
No, it's him, the grandfather. He's a great grandfather.
But you skip
One
Noah.
second.
No, you skip
1
Noah.
second.
You skip-
1 second.
You
One
skip-
You know
second.
what the point is, though? The point is, though.
The bloodline of prophets
Yeah.
are with Seth. Everybody, from Methuselah, Jad, thing,
Actually,
Abraham, Jesus, thing, Muhammad. are
Now the
all
Seth alone
on
was
the
around.
same- They're all from the same bloodline. Just one.
All right, yeah.
Just one.
All right, fair enough.
Let's not play
One
games.
bloodline.
the
All right,
interesting
fair enough.
point.
Adam.
The point I was
Bear
trying
us on the
to
No,
make-
go for it. Go for it.
But wait,
He's right.
point.
No, you're right. You're right.
The
Go
point I
for
was
it.
trying to make this,
Right.
is that
So-
if there was a short generation between Noah and Adam, how can we say the rest of the planet was populated?
No, he wasn't.
No, it wasn't short. It was 10 generations.
It was 10.
Allah-
Yeah, you're
Allah
right. He's
says-
right.
Yeah.
Allah says that between Adam and Noah it was 10 generations.
Okay, I don't
right?
know.
And people
Bare
want to-
children on
and
the
even
planet.
generations, the word generations is sometimes ambiguous. It's not what made for us to know was it 10,000 people or 5,000 people.
No, true.
Right. Generations, could be a whole settlement. It could be 100 years.
Right.
It could be different people. They have different time length.
Depends on how they lived, how long they lived.
So I'm saying,
So Adam living 700 years.
but not
Yeah.
to
He would have
mention,
seen his grandchildren.
they were nomadic.
And if Seth was one of his grandchildren.
They weren't living in
Hold
no.
on. But can I bring you something?
Seth is
Yeah.
supposed to be
I
son.
was saying they're nomadic.
Remember.
They
You know
weren't
what-
living-
what-
they
what-
weren't
what-
living-
what-
Cain and
what-
Abel
I'm
weren't
saying
living
the
under
son.
Ibrahim.
That's the other way. I'm saying
They
the
would've
son
spread out,
of Adam.
went
The
places.
son of Adam.
Yeah.
Seth,
He's an Egyptian.
Right.
It's an Egyptian
And
word.
say
Their
that.
name.
Even they say when
Seth.
they came on
Seth.
Hawa ended up
They had
in-
Hebrew
or
back then?
Adam was in Hind.
They were Mesopotamia.
They had Hebrew back then?
No, Mesopotamia. Yeah, Hebrew. Yeah, Hebrew was at then.
So Hebrew was back in the beginning.
Yeah.
Hebrew was where?
Yeah, from the beginning, Hebrew was. Yeah. Hold on, I'm bringing it to you. Hold on.
Hebrew.
Wait,
Ibba is a son of Shem.
Exactly, Ebba. You see Ebba?
No,
Hold
Ebba.
on.
We're talking about
Ebba.
Ebba is a beautiful
yeah,
dish in Nigeria.
No, wait. No,
Ebba is a
Ebba.
beautiful dish in
No, wait.
Nigeria. Yeah, I eat it with soup.
Wait,
Yes,
no,
eat it.
my man,
Eat
my
Ebba.
man.
Yes.
Ebba is a Hebrew. Is Hebrew.
No, that's where Hebrew comes from.
No, Ebba. No, wait. No, Ebba. No, Ebba was a man. Was a man.
Yeah, so his lineage
So
comes from
his
Hebrew
no, hold on.
lineage.
That Ebba, his son was the descendant. Abraham was from his descendant. Ebba. Yeah. That's why Abraham was called a Hebrew because the word coined for Ebba.
At least 3, 4.
We came a long way from the Somali subject. Now what's going
We're
on?
still on it. We're still on it.
That's what I'm trying to get
No,
back
we're
to.
still on it.
1 second.
That's what I'm trying to
Before
get-
we get
building up,
to,
yeah?
Yeah, we're building up.
you mentioned Eba.
Yeah.
But after Eba comes
Abraham.
No. Because you got to get to the father.
Who- which
It's
father?
not about Abraham. You understand?
No, which father?
Abraham's father.
When we say 10 generations.
Terah.
Terah, yeah.
Right,
But before
right.
Terah,
Right.
Terah coming down from Seth, other than coming down. But Seth was a like me and this brother. Sorry, yeah.
about how many people
He's
they
my
have.
brother, but he goes that way and I'm go this way. So the Hebrew lineage from Adam go this way, and the Seth lineage go that way. So
How does
out
that
of
make
that,
sense?
huh?
How does that make sense?
Because there was two them brothers. Remember that?
No, Seth.
Yeah, Seth was from Cain. But what I'm saying.
Seth was from Cain.
No,
He's saying Seth is the son of Adam,
No,
not
sorry.
the son of Cain.
No. What I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you.
Seth
Seth.
was not from
I'm
Cain.
tapping into something
No.
though.
It's not from Cain.
All right, can we get back to Somali thing for a second? Can we?
Yeah.
Thank
Can we-
you.
Right.
Yeah.
What's
Let's
quick?
come, let's come.
Sir,
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Real descendants of Cain.
No, it was. Seth was.
Are you
You
saying?
just insulted me, man.
Are you saying?
No problem.
Is it the father of the or the
problem.
grandfather of
20,000, yeah.
of Samal the progenitor of the Somali people, yeah. Are you saying that he is the biblical Canaan?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
No, it's not.
You said
Right,
Canaan.
that's what you're saying.
Right,
Right, that's what you're saying.
That's what I
it's not what I'm
said.
saying, no.
Because the name Canaan and the name Canaan are the same.
Canaan.
Right, so there's a Canaan
Yeah.
and there's a Canaan.
Yes.
No. Canaan is the English version or the
Of
Latin
Canaan.
version
Of Canaan.
of Canaan.
But they're
Right, but I'm saying-
they're
But
synonymous.
they're two different people.
Yeah.
They're two different people.
Yeah, but at the end
So-
of the day, basically, Canaan is the same name.
Yes.
Right? Because, for example, I'm
The same
Khalid.
name.
I'm Khalid.
Right.
How many Khalids do we have in the world?
Many, yeah.
So
I get your point.
does Canaan relate to the land of Canaan, biblically speaking?
Yes.
The individual.
Canaan is one of the ancestors of Kush.
Yes.
You understand?
It's right.
And,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
And
right.
Kush,
Yeah.
the Canaan I'm talking about, yeah.
It's from
But I cannot say, because I'm not
Ham.
sure about it. I'm going to tell you the truth.
yeah.
I'm not sure whether this Canaan I'm talking about is the same Canaan from the Bible.
Right.
But
The reason why.
So it makes my point.
I'll give you
makes my
the
point.
history. I'll give you the history.
Let me mention because I was going to jump on the screen.
Biblically,
Yeah.
you're admitting to being Canaanites.
So
Canaanite is
Listen,
no Canaanite is changed. No
Canaanites are
Canaanite is
Semitic,
no
though.
Israeli. No, hold on.
Canaanites are Semitic, though.
No, hold on.
So he has to.
Brother,
If he says he's Semitic, you can't be Cushite.
hold on,
What a mix.
Canaan is the son of who? Canaan is the son of who?
Ham. Ham's son.
No, Canaan is Shem's son.
No, Ham. It's Ham's son.
sure?
Yeah. It's Ham's son.
Biblically speaking.
He's right. Canaan is Ham's son.
Yeah.
Canaan is Ham's son.
Yeah.
But ain't Abraham a Canaanite though?
Huh?
Abraham,
No, he was not. No, he was not.
He was in the land of
He was the
Canaan.
Hebrew.
He was in the land
He
of
was.
Canaan,
But he was
not a
Canaan
Canaanite.
is the son of Kush.
But remember,
So who you
remember
calling
the
Kush? Who you
Hebrew
calling
took over the
Kush?
land from the
Who are you
Canaanites.
calling
Kush, son of
Not
Ham.
really.
That's how it goes. From
No, they
Kush,
didn't.
No.
you have Ham, then you have
That's why God
Canaan.
drive them out. God drive out
You're
people and
calling
give it
Noah
to
Kush,
Israel.
But the people,
No.
who's the ruler?
Ham, descendant.
The
Kush.
ruler in the time
Say
of
again.
Abraham.
Canaan
Ham was
is
the
grandson
Ham
of
land.
That's why
That was Ham
Bible
land.
says curse be
Nimrod.
Curse be Canaan,
the
yeah.
grandson,
The son.
Right.
No,
So,
Nimrod is
Ham.
Yeah, but
Ham's son.
it's their
Grandson.
I don't know of an
Yeah, it
individual
was their
called
geographic
Kush in
location.
the Bible.
So man are moving around.
Ham's son.
Because
It's their geographic location.
Kush is
sorry,
in
shorty.
Kush.
I think Ham
Because Kush is in Kush. Yeah?
Kush is Ethiopia. It's another weird name for Ethiopia.
So when man was on the boat,
Yeah.
man named his son Kush, yes?
Yes.
Right, so Kush
No, you mean Noah? You mean
Who named
Noah?
that
boat,
Noah?
you mean?
How about,
No,
let me look it up.
No, wait.
No one named that son
Ham,
Kush.
Huh?
right. So Ham,
No, wait. I've never. No, this is
Slowly. Go on again.
I don't know of an individual called Kush in the Bible. This is new to me.
No, Kush is Ethiopia. It's another name for Ethiopia. It's the son
I
of
know of a place
It's
called
a-
Kush.
No, it's Ethiopia. It's the same thing. It's the same
Right.
thing.
Listen,
No, it's the same
listen.
place as Ethiopia.
Yeah, so Kush.
No. Hold on.
He comes from
Hold on.
so-
Kush.
Guys, you're not
Kush
listening, that's why
with
you
a C or
can't
Kush
get
with a
it
K?
no.
Come on, so the king.
It's
No,
Kush. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really.
No, you know what it is?
Yeah,
You know what it is?
I know. No,
That
but I'm
the
saying
Kush they're
Kush with a
talking
K is a
about-
place.
Yeah.
But Kush with a C, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I just got.
Well, we're missing out the point.
Ethiopia. It's Ethiopia.
Listen.
It's a place, right?
It's Ethiopia.
It's Ethiopia,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
So now
not-
Kush
okay, go on.
went
Ethiopia.
to Kush.
Huh?
He didn't only just think after
No.
he got off the boat,
It was
he
named,
went to Kush.
no. Wait. 1 minute, gentlemen. The name is like our name.
We messed up the
Wait,
whole-
1 minute.
we messed up the whole
I'll let you.
lineage, though.
I will let you.
Yeah, go.
I name him Kush. Yeah.
the whole lineage.
That mean in that time it was Kush, but this location is his location. It named after him.
No.
Yeah.
It
That,
existed before him.
no. He is
To name a son.
No.
To name a
Cities
son.
were
You don't
built.
do that.
No,
You
cities
don't
were
do that.
No, cities were built
Hold
off the sun.
on.
Oh, wait,
No,
let me
let me
correct
Go
this.
ahead.
Let me correct this, yeah?
No,
Let
the
me
son is
correct
named after the city.
Wait,
Let me
bro,
correct-
let me
let me
correct-
correct-
let me
let me
correct-
correct-
How you gonna make up your son's name?
Let him go.
Maku.
No, his name is the son. It's a
Let
place.
him go.
Listen, you guys said, yeah,
Yeah, go.
that Canaan was the son of Ham.
Yes.
Yes.
Grandson.
He's a grandson.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Kush
yeah.
comes before Canaan, right?
Yeah, Kush
We
before.
agree with
Kush
that.
Kush, come before who?
Kush
Canaan.
comes, what's it called?
No, that's brothers. They're relatives. All of them are relatives.
No, so
brothers.
Kush,
No, they're
so
relatives.
Canaan is the son of Kush.
Yeah. But we don't know who come first. They're all relatives.
No, Canaan is the son of Kush.
You know what I'm proving though here?
Canaan
Is
is
the
the
son of
son
Kush.
of Kush.
No, they're all relatives. Brothers.
Hold on. Right.
What? What did you say?
Canaan,
They're
yeah,
all
Somali
brothers.
Canaan, yeah. Somali Canaan,
I'll
yeah.
have to break it down. Don't worry. I'll break it down.
Hold on,
No, I'm here.
all
I'm
it-
not going away. I'm breaking it down.
Because
I'll break it down, don't worry.
I'm assuming, yeah.
How about, let me look
What's
at
it?
Yeah.
My question is, Somali, yeah,
Yeah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
right? Canaan, yeah.
Ham's son is Kush.
I'm assuming they were parts. They were a part of a people group, right? They had their own people, yeah.
Name after the city.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So who was their people?
Ethiopia, Egypt,
Sorry, go on.
Canaan, yeah? Somal. Who were their people?
No.
What people group are they a part of? What tribe are they a part of? Somal. No, Somal himself and his father. What people group are they part of? Right.
From you get it now.
Yeah.
So you get it. You see?
What I'm saying is, I don't know of a tribe called Kush.
It's not a tribe. It's basically, look.
You know what I'm saying?
No, this is what happens, yeah?
Yeah.
When a certain, let's just say you're a father, right? And
Yeah.
you beget a lot of children, and the children multiply and multiply. But for some reason, at some point, depending how much wealthy you are, how much influential you are, you're able to, populate the whole region.
Yeah.
Or maybe call that region after your name, or maybe you'll be the Shakarites, for example, meaning the people that come from Shakara.
I like that.
You get me? So basically,
I'm working on that right now.
Yeah.
I've got one, we're going to work on it some way,
Yeah.
Shout to a woman.
So basically, something like that. So
Shaka,
we have, so when we say Kushites, right, is a people who come from the lineage of Kush. You
A
understand?
person called Kush or a nation of Kush? Right.
Well, Kush is the son of Ham, so we all go back to a person called Kush.
Right.
So Kush's lineage became a nation.
Right. Now, the problem I'm having
And
though,
from a nation, they became a race.
the problem that I'm having though,
It's all there.
We don't do that.
That's how it is, though.
No, we don't do that. Think about it. You go to a region, yeah, you become the ruler of that place, right? We say Kush became a ruler of Kush.
Okay.
Weird, but yeah, he became the ruler
But he
of
was the
Kush.
king.
Then his son, Nimrod, goes far way over to Iraq to be ruler.
Here's the problem I'm having.
He was in
How
Shinar.
is this possible?
Here's the problem I'm having.
No, the son, what's it called? Nimrod was the king of Shinar, and Shinar was not in Iraq, bro.
But this is the problem. No, here
It was in
Here's
Shinar is in
the
Iraq.
problem though. The problem is, the problem is, yeah,
Shinar.
the problem is though,
I thought that was in Kuwait. I thought it was in Kuwait.
again,
No, not
the problem
Shinar.
is,
It's the same thing.
yeah,
It's just different
no,
times,
but we got a
different
problem though. We got a
I'm not
problem
saying Suma,
though.
though.
Because
No,
I don't
I'm
know,
saying Suma,
I
because
don't
that's what it
know,
was called
yeah,
before.
that the people of this land document their history in this way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know of the people of Kush saying we are named after this individual who is the son of so and so. You know what I'm saying? This is a biblical history, and I'm even prepared to say, yeah, that the people have now begun to define their history according to this narrative. But I am saying that if we look at the primary sources from Kush, from Tarseti Nubia, from Kemet, that is not how the story is told. And
Okay. Also, come back. So
Yeah.
You want to look at Genesis? We have
what we're
Genesis
talking
10. Can
about?
tell you all of it.
What?
Genesis 10. Genesis 10.
That's right.
They were all brothers. That's what I tell
But
you.
even all that punt and them something there, I don't know of a place or
because
an area
Ham's the
or a
father,
people
yeah. Ham's the father.
in East Africa, Northeast Africa, anywhere along the Nile that called themselves punt.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a
No,
biblical
it's a
thing.
country name.
Here I'm saying,
Okay, where's
can you miss my point?
One
What I'm saying
minute,
is,
one minute.
right, what I'm
No,
saying
where's
is,
Punt?
Libya,
Stop that.
Libya.
All right. And why is it called Libya?
Because it's modern English name.
Or is it because
English
Fat's-
name.
No, but Libya-
Fat's wife was called Libya.
Okay, but it's an
So
English
it
name.
was
I'm giving
named after
Maybe it could
Fat,
be-
but it's still biblical.
Say, but what I'm saying, it could be the
It's
wife.
still biblical.
Hold on, it could be the wife of
It's still
Fat.
biblical.
No, it could be Fat name, but his wife named that. But I'm saying it could be.
So it makes sense.
You understand
what I'm saying though
One,
is,
one, let me- I get
the
this question,
people
let me get
them,
this
the people them of this region, yeah, and
Which
we're talking
region?
about, yes.
Which region?
So we're talking about the Nile, yeah?
Yeah, the River Nile. Yeah.
Kush,
Yeah.
Tarseti, which is Nubia,
Right.
and Kemet, which is ancient Egypt,
Right.
yeah?
All Amites. These are descendants of Ham.
Yeah, but I'm saying that you're saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the people that documented their own history
Right.
and left their history and them kind of things
Yeah,
there
yeah, cool.
don't document themselves as no descendant of no Ham.
No, they do.
Right?
They
This-
do. They do.
No, they don't.
They
can't
do.
say that, Uncle.
I'm gonna say no. Why am I saying that? I'm gonna say that. Hold on. Because
is the problem.
because when you look, no wait, I'll let you in. Because in the time of Abraham and Moses and all of them,
Who is the
they
Pharaoh?
record their
the
general.
Pharaoh?
Huh?
But you
The
can't.
Pharaoh,
Bring,
the
Name
Pharaoh's
one
Hamite.
Pharaoh.
Hamite.
Name
but you
one
can't
Pharaoh
bring me Abraham. You have to show
of the
me.
time in the book. They say Pharaoh. They don't say name.
Tutankhamun.
Okay, now Tutankhamun.
But-
So you're gonna bring it in?
He's a Hamite, yeah.
Okay, so
He was the
Tutankhamun-
same one
Which
that
one?
threw down his rod.
Okay, which one?
Where Moses serpent eater.
Okay, so when it was Moses, it was Tutankhamun.
Yes.
But in the Bible it says Ramesses. What is it?
Hold on. Come here.
So no, it just says Pharaoh. It just says Pharaoh.
It's a Pharaoh.
It just says
Hold
Pharaoh.
on. The name Pharaoh is a family
No,
name.
the levels is low.
No, wait, sir. Come on, brother.
No.
Brother.
I know the Bible.
Brother.
You get me? Man,
Brother.
gonna bamboozle me with nonsense.
No.
But the Bible don't say Tutankhamun.
Pharaoh. No. No, the Bible doesn't. Listen, the Bible doesn't say Tutankhamun, but what I'm saying, the Pharaoh is a family name.
Right.
Because the Pharaoh was God. Pharaoh was God.
Simple way to deal with it.
Get it?
We didn't call ourselves Pharaoh.
Yeah,
We were not Egyptian. You thought we were Egyptian?
We did not call ourselves
But we were
Pharaoh.
not Egyptians, though.
All right, but even the Egyptians, even the
We're not
Egyptians,
Egyptians.
but even the Egyptians, hold on. But even the so-called Egyptians did not
outside
call
it.
themselves Pharaoh. Even the so-called Egyptians, the word Pharaoh is not in the language of the ancient
No,
Egyptians.
true. I agree.
Right, so they didn't call themselves Pharaoh.
Thank you.
So,
Modern day English Pharaoh. Yeah.
Modern day English Pharaoh.
Hold on.
Give us a name.
You said Tutankhamun, yeah?
Right.
Yes.
Tutankhamun, right? So
mess
Moses,
yourself.
Which was a relative.
so Moses threw down the rod in front of Tutankhamun.
No. Wait.
That's what he said, that's what
No,
he said.
hold on a minute.
Is that what he
No,
said?
wait a minute. Let me clarify what I'm saying.
don't do it, don't
What I'm
do it.
saying, the name Tutankhamun,
Right.
I'm just giving you that as one of the pharaohs.
Right.
But what I'm saying, the pharaohs was a family name and generation of generation.
But it
of
wasn't.
Hold on a
That's
minute.
what I
Hold
said,
on a
that's what I
Didn't call
minute.
them that you call them Pharaoh, didn't call themselves Pharaoh.
Wait.
No, they call themselves
Generation of generation of pharaohs are came down as gods of Egypt. They are descendants, just like how you have the Roman Empire. All the Caesars are empires of Rome. You get it?
Wait, one
Question.
second. Come on,
Which
let me reply to him, let me-
Pharaoh
let me
did
reply to him.
Moses throw down the rod in front of? Which one?
It could be
Which one?
the son of Ramesses the Great. It could be.
Right, which was who?
Oh.
Wait, name.
No.
Ramesses.
You guys,
Okay,
one sec.
no,
Shakara.
It's a family name. It's a family
No,
name.
you know you done messed up.
Wait.
You know you done messed
No,
up.
you all
Yeah?
missed. No.
Hold on one second. You know you done messed up, uncle.
Wait, one sec.
Yes?
Pharaoh, the name Pharaoh.
Hold on. Wait.
Man's watching cartoons. You're watching cartoons.
Wait a minute.
Uncle's watching cartoons.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're watching cartoons.
No, ladies and gentlemen, I will come back, but ladies and gentlemen.
Maku. You see, when we talk about the families of pharaohs, right?
Yeah.
For example, the name Fir'aun
Yeah.
was only what's it called? Sorry, it was only excluded to one family.
You
For
hear that?
example, look,
Hello, you hear what I said?
and then you have what's it called? Tutankhamun and what's it called?
What's that one?
Is that in the Quran though?
Fir'aun is not Quran. The name, but the word, but the word Fir'aun is not Arabic. It's not Arabic.
But it wasn't.
It's a family name.
And what did they call Egyptians? What did they call Egyptians? Hold on, wait.
No,
What did they call Egyptians in the Quran?
the name of the family, right? The family roots, the ancestry.
Yeah.
That, for example,
Family, yeah, true,
exactly.
yeah.
For example, when you go to Africa,
Right.
One second. When you go to Africa,
Yeah.
you have a clan, right?
Right.
Well, you have a clan, a root, a lineage.
Yeah.
So when this lineage is ruling that kingdom, wherever
Right.
you're from, will be named after that
Exactly.
clan. Now, let me finish. Let me finish. Fir'aun, it's the indigenous language, indigenous words of the land.
Right.
That's how they.
That's what it is.
So the name
He's right.
Fir'aun.
That's exactly what it is. That's where the fear comes from.
I'm
No, we come back in.
Kushatic.
As I understand it,
I've explained it before, right? The name Fir'aun in English, Pharaoh, English, right?
English, yeah.
The meaning
Yeah.
complements exactly the Somali definition of Fir'aun, or what's it called, the word.
It's a family
Fir'aun.
name, yeah.
So basically, Fir'aun or Pharaoh means.
Yeah. Family name. Go on, okay.
Let me finish.
No, finish. Let me finish.
The word Pharaoh means the great dynasty,
Exactly.
the great family.
Exactly.
However, if we dissect the word Fir'aun in my native language, Fir means lineage or ancestry, and Aun means long lasting, the great house. You understand?
You understand that
That's
now?
the meaning.
You understand that? Brilliant.
Brilliant.
That was beautiful. That was good.
now,
Well done. Let's go back to fast.
But now we have to establish. But now we have to establish
Right.
whether indeed the word Pharaoh
The family
is
name.
derived from the
Fir'aun.
Somali word Far'un.
It's not a Somali word. It's not a Somali
not a family
word.
word.
It's a Cushitic word. It's a Cushitic word.
Fine, Cushitic word.
Cushitic.
That's
I
what
think
it
it's
is.
Somali.
No, it's not for Somali.
Look. You see the
location.
hamper, one sec, the hamper, the
Yeah.
badge of the Somalis,
Exactly.
and deep they have the Cushitic. For example, the Oromo, they have 40%, and there's like Somalis and Oromo share 40%, so what's it called, words, you understand?
Right, yeah.
Same thing with the hamper, same thing with the badge. So
it's
basically,
relationship,
so I can translate the hamper
Brilliant.
can
No, you're right,
translate,
man, you're
the
right.
badge can translate.
No, you're good. Beautiful.
Right.
Go on. Let's come in now.
One second.
I want to do
One at a time. One at a time.
Ramesses.
Same thing you just mentioned. Go on.
Can we just get one thing?
Yeah, go on.
A man said, we are descendants of Canaan. right?
No, not we.
No, he said that.
No,
right?
no, no,
No,
no.
he's.
I made myself clear. I made myself clear.
No, but
the
he's-
Canaan I'm talking about,
but he's
the
saying-
Canaan I'm not talking about, it's not the biblical Canaan. However, the Canaan I'm talking about, look, we had,
It's the same thing, though.
Samala,
It's the same
it's not the same thing. We are Cushitic. Canaan was the brother of Cush. You understand?
relative, they are
Yeah,
relative.
but I'm saying I'm the ancestor of Cush. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, okay, all right,
So
brother,
now,
all right, cousins,
now,
cousins.
Right,
so
right,
the point I'm trying to make,
Yeah,
the point I'm trying to make, yeah, you have Somali, you have Somali, Heel, Hebron, and Canaan, but the Canaan I'm talking about is not the Canaan of the Bible.
Yeah, get you.
It's
It's a name. It's a family name. Hold on. He's trying to wait. Let me break that down. Can I break that down for him?
No, what I'm trying to say is,
go on.
Come back to the
we
family.
explained earlier,
we'll come to you.
if you claim Cain, remember I threw Cain at him. Because no one ever talks about
Why are you
the
acting like
descendants.
this? Why is he acting like there's only one name? Why are you acting like there's only one Canaan?
Wait a minute.
Why is he acting like
No,
this?
we clear it up.
It's
We
not
can
just
clear
one
it up. We can
Canaan.
clear it up. We can go on.
One
Go on.
second.
Go on.
Because when we're talking about,
Yeah.
your people don't exist. So just fall back. Right?
Don't do that, Maku.
No, I'll be respectful. I'll be respectful.
No, man.
But man's giving me a timeline.
The three. No,
It's one of those hate
that's
ones.
not
It's one of those hate
No, no, no,
ones.
no.
That's not it.
Man's giving me a
Yeah, go
timeline,
on.
right?
Yeah.
20,000 years.
Of what?
20,000 years from the existence of the first Somali, supposedly, right?
No, man, that come from the flood. From the flood.
Hold on. According to E1B1B that he's talking about, right?
26,000 years.
26,000
Before
years.
Somali come in?
No. I'm talking about the genetic code
For
that,
Somali.
For example, the whole Kusheti. No,
it's like
not for
saying
Somali.
Jamaica was a nation in what? In 1494?
No,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're still
Maku,
Give me a timeline.
The thing is, what he's talking about, I'm not saying Somalia is 26,000 years old. I'm saying the Kushetic was the E1B1 genetic.
That's fine.
Right? So who comes in here? The Berbers, the Somalis, the Hampers, the Bedouins, all of those East Africa. You know what I'm saying? All mixed people.
Let me talk. No, it's true. It's true.
You're annoying, man. You can't accept a group of
Let me talk.
You can't accept a group of people
going to
who
let
live in
man talk?
Africa happen to look different than him. You can't accept that.
But we have to. We
are original.
But we were not the Hamites, sir. We were not your people. We were not your people. We were not his people. We were not his people.
This is my point. This is my point.
We were not his people.
So now my point is, if a man says, right, the genetic origin of these people is 26,000 years ago.
Kushetics, the whole of Kushetics,
Fine.
the whole of
That's
North
fine.
East,
Yeah,
North
you said
Africa.
that.
Now, if I say, you didn't exist when we existed, because we are not 26,000
Who's
years
we
old.
though? Who's we?
We, the rest of us, it seems. Because we already existed.
Yeah, but
Hold on, wait. We need to break that down.
I wouldn't say
What did I say last time?
Are you talking to your people or Africa? You're talking
What did
Africa?
I say last time?
Yeah,
With the white boy.
yeah,
Can you clarify on camera?
No.
It's not.
Wait, tell him.
No, he's talking his language.
No, hold on.
Wait,
Wait. Let me finish. Let me finish.
You have to say what I said. You have to say
Take your time.
Right. So when you're asking about us, I think the people, Homo sapiens, that existed before this 26,000 year period.
No, but-
We can attach ourselves to that.
Yeah, but the point he's making though is that when the white guy came
Last minute.
Hold on, when the white guy came last week, and tried to drop it on me, right, and was saying about we come from him. Right. He said, no, actually, we came from them. They were here first. That's what he's trying to clarify at the moment. Now,
We've been here first.
Why are you arguing for?
We've been here first.
So he's not here first.
That's what I said.
When I tell you, we're making an argument about
I'm saying
that happened.
no, but Maku, the point I'm making, the point I'm making is he's not arguing with that, right? But hold on.
Give me a minute.
Ramses.
No, wait. I'm going to come to you. Wait.
Once you
Let me
went
break
into
them
the
something.
biblical,
Wait. Can I break them something for you?
once he went into the
Don't go
biblical,
in, man. Don't go.
once he went into the biblical,
Yeah, but can I break them something for you?
Yes, stop, bro.
Can I break them something for you? Check this
don't
out.
make it
Check this out.
20,000,
No, wait. Check this out.
6,000.
Check this out.
Bruh,
Check
where
this
you
out.
at?
No, check this out. You see,
The
Noah.
problem is-
1 minute, sir. You see, Noah had 3 sons. 3 sons, we said, is Shem, Ham, and Japheth. But Noah's bloodline is coming down through. No, yes, definitely all of them. But what I'm saying, in terms of the religious bloodline, coming down through Shem, right? That same Shem carries on his bloodline to Abraham. That is where I believe black people come from. His people, which is the Hamites, hold on a minute, I'll come in a minute. His people, which is the Hamites, he's saying his geographic location, which is Egypt, Sudan, all them areas, Ethiopia, all of them, even Canaan, was all his descendant side. But what I'm saying to you, Abraham, which were the carrier of the DNA for the quote-unquote black race, came and took over a part of their land, which Canaan had, which is a descendant of his people.
No,
wait a minute.
The land
let me finish.
was named.
No, let me finish.
Hold on 1 second. The land was named not after Canaan. Doesn't make sense.
No, it was named after his
It
descendant,
was
Canaan.
named after the first Cain.
No. It was named after him.
brother.
1 minute. It was named. Come on, brother, don't walk away.
The land of Canaan.
Wait a
The
minute.
land of Canaan. Sorry.
Was named after his descendant.
No,
Wait
no,
a minute.
no.
I will let you in.
No.
Listen for a second. But Hebrew nation, the Hebrew nation, God told them, see this land for where this guy owned, I'm gonna drive them out and then give you, Abraham, that land.
Why?
Huh?
Why? Because
God.
was
That's
Cain
what God
a
was
good
doing.
person?
Huh?
Was Cain a good person? No, he wasn't.
No, wait, no.
Right, and
We're
was
not talking about
Canaan
Cain.
a good
We're not
person?
talking about Cain.
No, he wasn't. So how are you saying that God gave land to a person he didn't rape? He put a curse on. It doesn't make sense.
You know what?
So the land
what are you proving
of
here today?
Canaan, hold on,
Yeah.
sorry.
Hold
The
on,
land of Canaan is the land of Cain.
It's not the land.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
It's the same
So-
name for some.
Wait.
Now,
Wait.
Canaanites,
Yeah.
who are
His descendant.
the right,
Hamitic
from the
descendant.
Hamitic
Yeah, that's
descendant,
right. Yeah.
which is claiming.
Yes, he's right. He's right on that.
I'm not claiming Cain.
No, you're right, man. You're right. It's the same thing. No, it's the same.
They're
It's the
brothers, though, you know that.
It's the same thing.
They're
Once you
brothers.
said
Yeah,
it,
it's the same thing. It's the
no,
same thing.
once you
Come
said
from
it,
Kush.
Yeah.
once you said it, because no one else is going to be called Cain or Canaan
Yeah.
in the book,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's
Only
different.
Cain
Yeah.
and Canaan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he's a descendant of Canaan.
Yes.
And from Canaan comes Canaanite.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
we're
So
not
he
in
was
no
invented 1,000 years
disillusion.
ago.
All right.
These people are mixed set of people.
Yes.
So this is why he thinks he looks special. But he forgotten.
I'm not saying I look special.
And he's
see,
forgotten.
this is
One second.
ignorance.
And if you live in that region, is that Ethiopia? Is that Somalia?
That is Ethiopia,
No,
Libya,
no.
Canaan, all of that. No,
What?
that
The land of Canaan.
the land in
That's
Africa. Yeah.
That's the land of Kush.
No, sorry.
It's the land of Kush.
Sorry, that's the land. No, that's
No,
the land
what
of
are you talking
Israel
about?
today. Yes.
Israel
My
today.
point is,
Frank,
yeah,
No, sorry,
and the
sorry,
Middle East.
My
Right.
point is, you're not going to go to Kush,
Right.
You're not going to go to Nubia,
Right.
You're not going to go to Kemet and find any of this history, right? That we're discussing right here.
Thank you.
So I want to know. Hold on.
Wait,
You're
wait,
saying-
wait,
one
wait,
second,
wait,
one
wait.
second,
No,
one second.
it's time now. It's
One
time
second,
now.
one second,
It's
one
time
second.
now.
Because you said that Moses trod on the rod, in front of Pharaoh,
Yeah.
Right,
You're gone.
You're not going to get away with that.
and you said it was Ramesses, could have been
You're not
Ramesses'
getting away
son,
with
yeah?
that.
Yeah, the family name, which is the god. They were the god.
So within the realms of Ramesses,
Yes.
it was one of them, yeah?
Yes.
So I want
He
you
was
to
from
find...
that family, I think.
It's
Right,
family,
so
it's
I'm
family,
saying,
yeah.
but I'm saying that at this point in the history
World history, yeah.
of Kemet, yeah,
Right.
the people that were documenting their history
Right.
very well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you find,
Yeah.
the history of the different so-called pharaoh, what they would have called Nasut or Nasut Biti,
All right.
yeah, the heads,
Yeah.
documented in stone, pan wall.
All right.
Yeah?
Fair enough.
So I want to know where you can find me now, evidence of a man come through down rod in front of any of them pharaoh from Ramesses or after, in Kemetic records.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, let me
all
answer that. Let me
All
answer
right,
that.
you answer that.
In the best form, that is, I'm not very, what's it called? Not like I don't know much about this,
Yes.
but I'll just try to explain the
Yeah,
best
go
of my
on,
knowledge,
go on,
right? There's a name by the name of Maurice Bucaille, right?
All right.
He's written a book. He was an what's the word? Archaeologist.
Okay.
Anthropologist or archaeologist?
Archaeologist, like he was
Archaeologist.
doing,
Okay,
he was doing an
okay,
archaeo, right?
alright.
And he's done a lot of scientific stuff as well.
Alright, cool.
So now he wrote a book on Egypt because he read the Quran and he saw Fir'aun. Right,
Alright,
and
fair
Fir'aun
enough.
was being associated with Ramesses II.
Alright,
right?
cool, yeah,
so
yeah.
what happened is that he's done a big research,
Right.
and one of his works was one of the greatest works that he's done in the 2000s, 2005. Do you
Right,
understand?
cool, yeah,
so
cool.
what he's done is that there was a name by the name of one of pharaohs or Ramesses' wealth holders, right?
Right, cool.
So that's the guy that was very much interested. So basically, when he's done a big research on whether this guy was actually the family pharaoh that was known to the world
Right.
or not, he actually identified or clarified that it was actually exactly him.
Okay, right.
Understand?
So you're saying,
So now-
so you're
no,
saying,
no,
one minute.
Wait,
No, let's process that. Let's process that. No, my time now. Hold on.
What's the book called?
What's it called?
The most famous pharaoh
What's it
out
called?
here.
Yeah.
The name of the man is Maurice
Yeah, because
Bucaille.
it's
Maurice-
family-
See, that's
family
where it's
descendant.
going to be a problem.
Why?
Because if the most famous pharaoh,
I don't know how you
know
say
what I'm
it,
saying,
it's French.
for his
You know what
exploits,
it's
and they're all
Yeah.
on walls,
No, I
and
don't
you
know,
see
just
depictions of him, them
Yeah.
with heads
Yeah.
and on the chariot
Is it-
and
yeah.
all of that.
But the
You
family-
know,
it's only
He's
family.
well
One second,
documented.
he's
Mama's
well
well documented.
right?
Ramesses is well documented.
Right. And unfortunately,
but he was not. But what I'm saying to you, hold on.
unfortunately for
Sorry,
you,
yeah.
everything that you see in modern Egypt
How'd you
now
enter?
was
Was that Google?
built by Ramses.
No, that's not Google.
Yes, I would
I'm
agree.
gonna look at it later.
My point is,
Yeah.
we can even
Let me see if I
go
can find
down to how he died.
Right.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
died
Ramesses
in
is
the
very
Red
well documented.
Yeah. Okay.
Game over. You understand?
All right. Fair enough.
Game
I'm with that.
over.
I'm with that. Yeah.
Right.
Go on again.
So, on the whole
These are his
Moses
books,
story, all of that, we haven't got
He
it.
went,
Of course we have it.
I think this is the one.
We haven't
Hold
got
on. Have you heard of something called the Dead Sea
The Bible
Scroll?
versus the Quran or something.
That came the other
Science.
day.
No.
All right, cool. I'll look at it.
Let me tell you how the Dead Sea Scroll come
Hold on,
about.
when did they find the Dead
I'm
Sea
going to
Scroll?
tell you. Good.
When?
I'm going to tell you.
When?
What happened?
2,000 years
no,
ago?
no. What I'm trying to say, hold on a minute. Even if it's 2,000 years ago, what I'm saying to you, the Dead Sea Scroll was found when Rome literally went and take over Israel. The people who had the writings, that was documenting the writings,
Right.
had to flee for their lives.
The order of the sea.
Right.
Right.
But what happened? The Romans,
Nah,
the Romans,
Go on, leave it alone, leave it alone.
the Romans got all of the document, and what they did, they destroyed it, right? But copies of that same document were transferred into Egypt. So when the Roman Empire thought that they get rid of the document, the Asian document that tells the genealogy from as they call it, Adam come down, they realized that there was another uprising in Egypt. And this uprising was only born because the people had a copy of the writing that the Romans thought they destroyed. And then they were ordered to destroy these guys who had the writing in Egypt.
So
and then they hide the document. And that document is later found to be the Dead Sea Scroll.
Where's the name?
Huh?
Where's the name?
Of what?
Huh?
The Dead Sea Scroll. So that's how the Dead Sea Scroll is found.
So you're
And
saying
that record
Yeah.
is the authentic record from we derived the Bible and the Torah.
It came from the Romans. So
No,
the
no,
Romans-
no. It's not the Romans it came from.
What
The people that remember Israel and Egypt had a good relationship. Israel and Egypt had a good relationship. So what I'm saying, when the Romans
Israel
wanted,
never existed that time.
hold on,
No,
hold on.
what name Israel?
No, hold on.
Thank you.
No, it didn't. But yeah,
Wait, so where
we'll
did
talk another
where
time.
did
Just, just use an English name.
No,
Israel.
But
It's
Israel's
Israel.
not an English name.
It's Israel.
Not
It's
an
Israel.
Israel.
It's Israel. But we come to that. That's yeah. What I'm saying today. The Romans wanted to get rid of that document because that was threatening the empire as a Roman empire, right? So what I'm saying, copies of that document was in Egypt. So when they destroyed the one that was in Israel, there was copies of it in Egypt.
Yeah.
And then when they sought to destroy that in Egypt,
Hold on.
the people hid them in
what you say-
caves.
so what you say
and
to
later
me-
they found that document, and that document comprised what we call the Torah.
So what you
and
say?
and
So what you
Bible.
say to me
Is
is
there
that
caves in Egypt? Is that what you're saying?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah?
I'm sure there's caves. That's where they found the Dead Sea Scroll.
In a cave?
So what you say to me though is that
Or not a hole in
the
the
people
ground.
them never.
It could be a hole in the ground. I'm just
Okay,
saying cave
so-
because
so-
that's what they say.
No, it's not even a hole in the ground. It was in pots.
Yes.
Yeah? In a location
Yes.
by the Dead Sea.
Yes.
That's why it's called the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah.
And the people who did that
I did.
were called the Order of Essenes, right? So they were
people
people
who fought-
who
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
agree,
possibly, yeah,
hold on,
alright.
with what
I'll
you're
take that,
saying.
yeah.
When Rome is taking over, they moved out into the wilderness.
No. Rome sought the document because Rome wanted to get rid of the document.
Bravo.
Go on.
They moved into the desert, right? And formed their own society.
All right.
Right.
All of that, I'll
so
give
they
you
grew
that.
chickens, they did all the natural stuff, you know, as we do, like a Naya Bingi or, you get me?
Yeah. But it was-
and then they had their texts that they sat down and they
they
wrote,
wrote, so
and
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah.
But the-
right?
but the text was-
But they didn't want to be like the Jews of
No. The text was found in
Jerusalem.
Hebrew. The text
Even
was found
though-
in Hebrew.
But they are that.
So the
I'm saying
people
they
who wrote
separate-
it was Hebrew.
I'm saying they
So wait
separated themselves.
wait
Yeah.
there.
It was later translated from Hebrew into
Greek,
Greek.
yeah.
And then later from Greek
But my point is
into
that
Latin
what I'm saying
and
to you,
English
what I'm saying
to
to
the
you-
Bible and the
but what I'm
Torah
saying-
today.
But what I'm saying to you is though, the original Hebrew
Yes.
is no longer in existence. We can't find it nowhere.
But hold on.
No,
You're
you
still
can
running.
find it, but only in the Dead Sea Scroll.
You're still running from your characters
where is
of
it
the,
then? Where
of
is
the,
it?
of- from
The
Kevin.
Romans would have had that.
Where's your
Where is
command
it now?
characters?
Where is it now?
The Romans would have had it. In the
Would
Vatican,
have.
they would have had the
Oh, so
Dead
it's in the
Sea Scroll.
Vatican now, is that what
I'm
you're
sure
saying?
they would have had it. That is
You
true.
say are you saying you're sure or you know saying
No.
You know
Because
saying did it?
that's where they coined the
No,
Bible.
are
and
you
the
saying?
Torah from.
Are you saying
Yes,
that you
I'm
know?
I'm 100%
that the
is
Dead
there.
Sea Scroll is in?
It's still around, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, hear what I'm saying now. Yeah?
I know where they are.
Right. So what you're
No,
saying to me
Vatican
then?
would
So what
have
you're saying to me
had
then?
them. No.
Is that the history of the relationship between Pharaoh
Yeah.
and and I'm saying Pharaoh because I never did name Pharaoh.
All right, yeah, come
and Moses.
Yeah.
It's not documented on the walls.
No.
And in whatever, and documented in Kemet, but it's documented in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
By
to me.
the Romans.
Yeah, no, but by the
That makes
Hebrews,
sense to
the
you?
Hebrews.
Hold on there.
By the
Hebrews.
Romans.
You're
No, the
telling me-
Hebrew.
so, hold on.
The Hebrew was around. Hebrew was around.
So what
So what you're
story
telling
are
me
they
that-
telling in the Dead Sea Scrolls, please?
They're telling the life from Adam, the bloodline from Adam, straight up until when the Dead Sea Scroll is found from the Hebrew nation.
So, and when's that? What part of the biblical?
all
does it
the
stop
history,
it?
all the history that we have
What
today.
does it stop in? Where does it stop? Does it stop before Christ
Fam, I
or
think this
after
whole
Christ?
conversation
No,
Before
it starts from Adam straight to Christ and back to our time, modern day today.
So
yes.
Christ was there, and the order of Essenes knew about Christ.
This
at
is
that
the
time.
problem, innit? Like, because this is exactly what I was saying last week, innit?
Yeah.
We've got various different designations that we've picked up from European anthropologists with a religious inclination.
I agree- I
and
give
we
you
are,
that.
and we
I
are
give you
trying
that.
to
I give you that.
define
I
an
give you
African
that.
reality
I give you
by
that.
those terms.
I give you that.
Our people don't have that. We have people groups, you know, but how we're trying to develop ourselves right about now into Shemite and Hamite and that don't exist for we, fam.
Because we were a lost nation.
No,
we're
hear what I'm
older
saying?
than
We
that.
were a lost
because
nation. Hold on.
the fact of the matter is,
Yeah.
the people that we're talking about have a history that is documented.
Yeah, but we were a lost nation.
Even in the
one
times that we're talking about right about now,
Right.
and we can't find none of them something that we're talking about
Because
right
we
now.
were a lost
Yeah?
nation.
Who's
We-
we?
From where?
Who's we? Who's we? Who's
Black
we?
people from Africa.
Right.
Hold
Right,
on, hold on. Wait,
the
no,
whole
hold on. Give me a
Africa-
second. Give me a
but
second.
you know what-
No, hold on.
Wait.
Black people.
But you know we're from Shem.
No, wait. Black people from Africa
Yes.
were a distant people. Why? Because when you look at, if you follow the history about the Dead Sea Scroll and when it's found,
Yes.
if you look at it and you look at it closely, even though they translated it in the Greek, when you study it, you realize Africa is not mentioned in it, but Ethiopia. So the question you want to ask is, if Ethiopia is the central central point of Africa, and then Nigeria, Ghana, and the rest of the nation were around, why was it not documented?
Nigeria,
so hold on a
but it
minute.
was.
Hold on a minute.
There was no
Hold on a minute.
Nigeria.
Hold on a
No
minute.
such
Hold
thing.
on a minute.
Them
So the
time there.
question is, if Ethiopia is documented,
Yes.
it means that Ethiopia would be the central part of Africa.
No.
But hold on a minute, because it's only
No,
Ethiopia.
the only
no.
place.
If you're
Wait,
going
wait,
by
wait,
the
wait,
Bible,
wait, wait, wait,
if
wait,
you're
wait,
going by the Bible,
Because there was only Ethiopia that recorded.
no,
Only-
in the
only-
Bible,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
in the Bible.
Because there was no other
but the people,
authentic record
but
apart
the
from the
peop-
Dead Sea
But
Scroll.
the people themselves who were
Yes.
there, the
Yes.
pre-Abrahamic people them,
Yes.
were documenting their own history.
All right, fair
the
enough.
people them of what they call Nubia, Tasseti,
Yeah.
have historical records.
Right.
Oftentimes, and the people, even of ancient Kemet,
Right.
speak of the people of Nubia.
Right.
So I'm saying that there are.
They were not our people.
levels.
I
Hear
think
what
you're
I'm
telling
saying?
you that.
But you're saying that because
I
you're
am
coming from a biblical perspective.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
am
that's
saying,
right.
I am saying
Yeah.
that the people them recorded their own history and it doesn't line up with the biblical narrative. So when you're saying we, from what I get what you're saying, you're saying we were a lost people.
We were scattered from.
You're talking about from Ethiopia.
We were scattered from Israel.
mean Ethiopia?
And made civilization in different parts of Africa.
In Ethiopia.
How? There's no
That's why I asked you what evidence
Because when you look at,
talking about.
hold on, but because when you look at
There's no evidence.
hold on, when you look at when you look at the how can I put it? When you look at the countries that epitomizes Africa, it's only Ethiopia is mentioned.
That's nonsense.
Hold on a minute. What I'm saying, if Ghana and Nigeria and Sudan and all these places existed, why were they not on the record in the Dead Sea Scroll?
Again,
so what I'm saying to you,
there was no Sudan.
what you had was hold on a minute. So we, the black nation, could never have a civilization that predates Ethiopia. You understand what I'm saying?
Here I'm saying
Because
to
we
you.
were not in that region.
Here I'm saying to you.
Do you understand my argument?
You're focusing on the Dead Sea
You
Scrolls.
understand what I'm saying?
Your
Because-
argument is flawed. Let me
Go on,
explain
go
why.
on, go
Let
on.
me explain why.
Go on.
Because at a particular time,
Yeah.
Egypt, or Ethiopia, was known as a part of Egypt. It was a province of Egypt. Right. So you have upper,
Ethiopia was a
you have
province.
upper and lower.
Yes,
Egypt,
true.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
now, when you're talking about upper Egypt, you're talking about Sudan,
Yes,
Ethiopia,
yes.
all the way
Yeah.
to
Yes, that's right.
Lake Victoria,
All right.
where the Nile starts.
All right, yeah.
Right?
That's good for that. Yeah, that's good.
Right.
That's good.
So that's not even on the east. It's more even coming central.
Right, go on.
Where
Right.
Uganda is.
Right.
So the center would have been Uganda. You understand?
No,
Because it's
are you
where
talking
the
about the
source-
center of that geographic location, or
we're
you're talking about the center
We're talking about
of
the
civilization?
geographical
Location
location
of
of
where?
certain kingdoms, right? And
Yes.
the route.
Okay,
right?
okay,
Because
go on.
we live
Uh-huh.
by the sea, or we live by rivers.
Right.
Now, the biggest river, the most
now,
sustainer of life
they have to deal
in
with
the whole world.
They have to deal with the Congo and all the rivers around there. They have to deal with the Niger. What's it called, right? You know what I'm saying? And all the rivers around there. So to say that there weren't people there,
there were people there. I'm not
in
saying
West
that.
Africa, and them
I'm
is
saying,
wrong.
No,
right?
I'm not saying that.
Because there were
I
people
didn't say
there.
that.
But hold on.
I'm just saying Africans, the descendants of African nation, were not the inhabitants of those lands. Because what I'm saying from the Dead Sea Scroll, hold on a minute.
Come again, pull up, rewind.
Let me rewind again. What I'm saying, the Africans who now inhabit that land, I don't believe that they were native of that land. Why?
Which land? Which land?
The land of all Africa. All Africa.
Go on.
Because the Dead Sea Scroll, the record of the Dead Sea Scroll, doesn't give reference to any other civilization apart from Ethiopia in that region.
So now I have to ask the question. What makes the Dead Sea Scroll?
Am I going mad?
What makes the Dead Sea Scroll the preeminent historical document?
Because
above everything. Because listen. Kemet is a civilization that lasted for 3,000 years
that's fine.
and had impeccable documentation of what them did I deal with.
That's
right.
fine.
So I'm saying, what makes the Dead Sea Scrolls more superior to everything we write on the wall? Everything that's in the so-called papyrus. What makes it superior?
What makes it superior? Because I believe the Dead Sea Scroll is coming from
A bunch of priests.
No, a bunch of Hebrews.
Okay, so cool.
Who had
But
writings
you haven't read it though.
From
this is the problem.
Who had the writing from Adam straight down to our civilization today. You understand my argument?
Stop. Are Hebrews Hebrews?
Sorry?
Are Hebrews Hebrews?
Sorry, I missed that.
Are they Hebrews?
Are Hebrews Hebrews?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
So, what about the 400 years in Egypt?
The funny question.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
Here's the flaw in your argument.
The 400 years they spent in Egypt makes them Egyptians, yeah?
No.
Here's the flaw in your argument. You know why?
Hold on. If I move to England, it doesn't mean that I'm still a
but
Caribbean.
the flaw in your argument. But the flaw in your argument. But the flaw in your argument is that for the Dead Sea Scrolls, we are reliant upon a Greek translation. Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody has read this Hebrew primary document, right? So really, truly, we don't know where that's it, right? And the Hebrews who documented their own history, document their relationship with the people of the Nile Valley. Yes, they also
if
document
there's
that.
writing, yes, that is saying that, yes, I would agree with
so
that.
what I'm saying, right? So my point is that, even the Greeks who document their relationship with the people of the Nile Valley don't validate this history. They don't do it, right? That's the point I'm making. So the point is,
but divine inspiration is coming into this.
No, hold on. You're getting an entire history from the Greeks. We're not getting it from the Hebrews.
Hebrew. Is Hebrew.
No.
Is Hebrew later translated?
We are getting it from the Greeks.
All right.
Because the only document we have is the Greeks.
Yes, all right.
And the Greeks
and the Roman and
document their relationship with the ancient people of Kemet, and the ancient people of Kemet document their relationship with the people that were south of them.
All right, true.
Right, so I'm saying to you that when we're talking about ourselves as Africans and looking at who is who and where we come from, where we came from, migrated to, we have to look at African sources.
No, we cannot.
Yeah, but we have to.
Because our civilization. Oh my God.
To define the people
why
of
we can't?
Listen, bro, the people of the continent.
Hold on, 1 minute. Wait. Because listen, gentlemen, what I'm saying to you here, if you're going to look at the thing, you have to look at the evidence. What I'm saying, the evidence that we have does not suggest that there was a civilization, prior to the time of maybe Ethiopia, that Africans were in the land. Their civilization is recent.
But it does.
So what
That's
I'm saying, there must have been a people that traveled from another land. What the Bible tells me, hold on, 1 minute. The Bible tells me that when the Egyptian was leaving Egypt, there's many Egyptians that left in Egypt that later traveled down into Sudan, Somalia, Nigeria, and Ghana and begin their civilization.
I don't know about that.
That's Bible.
No.
That's Bible. I'll show you that.
No.
We migrate. Yeah, but
yes.
That's not Bible. You understand? We migrate.
No, from Bible I'm giving you. I don't know the others.
You understand?
I don't know the others, but from Bible I'm saying there were Egyptians that were left in Egypt that later traveled down to Sudan and later into Nigeria and Ghana.
But the people that from...
Hold on 1 second. Are you going to tell Nigerians their history? Are you going to tell Sudanese their history?
I can't because we ain't got the writings. Because the writings is destroyed.
Thank you.
Well, no,
So
one
you
question,
can't bring
I've got
your
one question
book.
for him.
One second.
Hold on.
You can't bring your biblical book and then start telling me about my history. Doesn't make no
All right,
sense.
no
So what I'm
problem.
saying, look at the evidence in the biblical book. What I'm saying,
That's not evidence.
hold on a minute.
How is a biblical book evidence?
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
If it's giving credence to Ethiopia,
Right.
why is it not giving credence to Nigeria and Ghana?
Doesn't exist.
Because there was
Exactly.
no, because there was no
hold
Nigeria,
on. Wait. So is
Because
it
there was
saying
no
then that there was
civilization.
no
Because there was-
civilization prior to that of Egypt in Nigeria and Ghana before the time of Egypt? You
Can I
understand
say one
that?
thing? Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go on.
brother?
Go for
I
it.
would just kill that. Right. You said Ethiopia.
Yes,
Right?
because it was the only one
Now,
recorded.
the word
Yes.
Ethiopia is
Kush,
from
Kush.
what language?
It's Greek.
Hold on. It's from what language?
It's Greek.
Huh? Ethiopia.
Oh, sorry.
Right? The word
is Greek.
This guy's drawing me in the mic.
Sorry.
Talking, man.
Sorry.
I'm saying no, you keep on moving backwards.
Oh, sorry. Just, sorry.
Ethiopia.
Keep moving.
I know you get back.
You were around here, you go around here. You come back around here, man. You were in the middle of the thing. We're just talking. You're going.
No, that's my point.
No, go back.
That's my point. Like you're expressing something to the brother and saying to us, Ethiopia, Ethiops, all of this is Greek. So that's not even ancient.
Yeah, it's a Greek interpretation.
So
Yes.
once you say Ethiopia,
Yes.
and you don't say
We're dealing with-
Abyssinia,
right.
or you don't say,
When you say Ethiopia, when you say Ethiopia, what we're dealing with
Central
is the name.
civilization.
No.
Europeans.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're
By the
dealing.
Europeans.
We're
Yes,
dealing
yes, of
with
course, yes.
what was central to the people them that interact with that particular area of the world.
And which people were there?
Right? Whoever was writing the book, whoever was writing the book, yeah, the Greeks. Right?
It seems like Greek. Okay,
the
good.
Greeks.
Exactly.
Right?
So they come back to the Greeks.
Hold on. But because the Greeks,
Yeah.
because for example, the Greeks, define the people of ancient Kemet as Ethiopian because
Alright.
they look like the people of Ethiopia
Alright, yeah.
because they were black.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we see that.
Yeah.
So we know that the Greeks were dealing with that area of the world.
Alright, yeah.
Just because the Greeks were dealing with that area of the world and
Right.
documented that,
Yeah.
it does not mean that nothing else never did go on
I agree
anywhere
with
else in the
that. I
world.
agree with the argument. I agree.
So
I agree with
all
the
that-
argument.
so all
I
you've
agree with
proven-
the argument.
Right,
I agree with the argument.
Yeah,
I agree with this argument. Makes sense.
So all you've proven
Yeah.
is that the Greeks centralized that area of the world. It doesn't mean that is the
hold on.
nothing else is going on outside that.
I will let you in. Well, let me just close that point. I'm not saying that Greek centralized. Hold on. I'm not saying that Greek centralized that part of the world. I'm saying.
No, I'm saying that.
I'm saying the Dead Sea Scroll, which was found in Hebrew,
Yeah.
later translated into Greek, and then later passed on to us as the Torah. But I'm saying, yes, the Greek may have put their spin on it,
Now,
but
when
what
was
I'm
this done?
saying, in the writing that we read, when it translated into Greek,
Yeah.
we realized that the central location in that region of Africa was only Ethiopia that was
When
mentioned.
was this done?
What's the-
When was this done? Because
over 2,000 years ago.
from what I know,
Yeah.
the Dead Sea Scrolls
Yes.
were found in the 1930s. So I don't understand what you're trying to say to me.
Possible,
bro.
yeah, possible that time.
Okay,
But
now-
you have-
Possible of that time.
Yeah, but you
that means
Yeah,
that Bible has already been written several times.
No.
Canonized.
No.
it's a good
Doesn't
point.
need no influence from no Dead Sea
The Bible,
Scrolls.
let me tell you, the earliest, the earliest record of the Bible, I'll let you in, I promise I'll let you in. The earliest record of the Bible, sir, as we know it in English, is
Come and collect your guy, man.
listen, the earliest record of the Bible that we know in English is 1611, that I know of. Go on.
Right,
But there's
so
more
we have
before.
one
Go on,
here.
go on.
I just want to correct what you are saying about the Greeks, innit?
Yeah.
The word Ethiopia
Yeah.
was not only exclusive to Ethiopia and Africa.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
The word,
No, word.
no. The word Ethiopia was used, what's it
To
called,
describe
in
a lot-
southern Yemen, southern India,
All right, good
and
point,
all,
good
on
point.
all regions,
Yes.
all regions where people had doubts.
Okay,
No,
right, yeah, good
but why?
point,
But
good
why?
point,
But
good
why?
point.
No, he's right. You know,
Good point,
he's
good
correct.
point.
He's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
No,
good point.
but
Right.
the reason for that is because the people of Kush, had an empire that
Yes, I imagine, yeah.
stretched across the water to places like Yemen.
Yeah, all right,
And you can
all right,
find people
I'll give you that,
places
I'll give
like
you
India.
that.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I'll give you
saying?
that.
But I'm saying still the terminology of Ethiopia
Yeah.
comes from the Greeks.
Yes.
So they're describing.
so I'll give you that.
They're
I'll give you
describing the people
Yeah.
and the land,
Right.
Yes.
and they apply the definition to people that look like the people them
Yes.
of that land.
Yeah, but do you know
Right?
that? Do you know that?
So I agree with
Do you
you.
know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know that they do that the same with all the Africans. So in other words,
Yeah,
the
they did.
African who turn up in that
Even
region,
in Libya,
they call them Hamites and they call them Cushites. But
Even
they were
in
not.
Libya, even in Libya.
That's what we're
So my
saying.
point is,
Even in Libya,
through
they did it.
history, they've used the word Ethiopia
Yes.
to
To
describe
the
many
black people. From the, yes,
Which,
yes,
which
yes.
this proves your point in essentially. Because if they say Ethiopia in Dead Sea Scrolls, they could be talking about anywhere on the continent.
Good.
Yeah,
I
anywhere
agree.
on the continent.
I
They could be talking about
agree.
anywhere.
I agree.
Right, so it don't necessarily mean that they talk about that area or that
No,
region.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Don't mean that
I
at all.
agree. I agree.
Also, with
I
that
agree.
to that, yeah.
I agree.
Indian people, right? Kush had 2 wives, innit? One of his wives, so basically the Indians descend from one of the wives of Kush.
All right, cool. All right.
You understand?
I'll take that.
So
I'll take that.
that's why they're called Indians.
All right, cool.
And that's why they were. So that's why you have what's it called?
they're relatives.
Indo-Cushitic.
All right, all right. I hear you.
Or Asia-Cushitic.
All right, cool.
So
I hear that.
Same day like in India as well.
Come on, bro. No, I'm not
Got
saying
your
that.
nose,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
come
that.
on.
What I'm trying to say at
Come
the end of the
Dravidian than
day
that.
is that when we say Ethiopia, right, it's not just specific to Ethiopia. That's what a lot of people misunderstand.
Well,
They
my
always
point-
point out to
my
Ethiopia,
point is-
but it's not.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it that. I'll give it that.
My point is,
Yeah.
right, these men are claiming different things, but for me, from my understanding of the knowledge and information, these men are Israelites.
What?
Them men are Israelites from your book.
Who's Israelite?
My
No,
brother.
we are.
No, we're not Israelites.
We are the Israelites. They know they are Hamites. They know they are.
We're not Israelites.
They know they are. We are the Israelites.
So you're saying that no Hamite can be an Israelite?
No, I'm not saying that.
But you
I'm
know-
just saying
See,
we
you see
are
what
a
you
part
did?
of the Israelite
No, no, no,
family.
no. What
I
you
believe.
did-
This is
what
what I
you
believe.
did, you did separation.
This is what I believe.
What you did separation.
Yeah,
You've
but
got to
I
understand.
believe that we are a part of the Israelite
You've got
family.
to
That's all I'm
understand. You're
saying.
saying Ham, right?
Ham?
Certain men are descendants of Ham.
Yeah,
right?
but he knows it.
Right. So I'm saying like Kemet. Are they
Kemet,
Hamites?
yeah, they're Hamites as well. He knows
See,
it.
that's the problem.
Yeah, but the Kemites are Hamites. They are.
All people resided in Kemet. All of the same family. So there would have been Cushites, there would have been Hamites, there would have been Nubians, there would have been, yes, in Kemet. Yes.
They wouldn't have been a Hamite
Look, he's
because
telling you-
Hamite
he's telling you
was
stuff.
like 1,000 years before Kush.
Exactly.
You understand? So you can't say Hamite.
You get me
But then
saying?
there's
So he's telling you the
So
history.
when we say Kush, right, in Kush, what's it called, the land of Kush, for example, you had the Nubians who lived there,
Yeah.
you had the Nilotics who lived there.
Right.
When we say Nilotic, we're talking about
So
people
did
of the
Ham-
Nile.
did Ham
and the
get a
people
land?
of the Nile, the people of...
Did Ham get a land?
The
Yeah, the same
people,
land he's talking about.
the people of the Nile...
Ham.
Yes.
What land?
That's why you
Kush.
have... Yeah,
Kush, Ethiopia.
that's why you have... That's why you
Ham
have...
got Kush.
One sec. Yeah.
Ham is the progenitor of the Cushites and the Egyptian and the Libyans and the
And the
Canaanites.
Egyptian.
And that's why...
And Egyptian, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why
And
did
that's
they
why-
call Egypt Mizraim? Why?
That's the name of the son of Ham.
Right.
His son is named like way.
Right, so-
it's like your name John,
So I asked
and you're
you-
my
I
son,
asked
and
you
I
the
name you
question.
John.
The land,
And that's
where's the land of Ham then? If the land,
Hold on,
what you're calling
wait, let's see
Egypt,
if we can understand him.
no,
Yeah.
if the land which you're calling Egypt
Right.
was given
Yeah.
to Mizraim, right?
yes.
Right?
Mizraim and Egypt is the same thing.
Right. No, what I'm saying, it's called Mizraim.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's
According
another
to
name.
what?
It's the Hebrew name. I
According
think.
to what? Bible?
No, according to the Hebrew, I think it's called Mizraim, but it's Egypt. We call it today in English.
Okay, I'm saying, but
Yeah.
Mizraim,
Yes,
or
Egypt.
Mizra,
Yeah, same Egypt.
it's the same thing.
Egypt, yeah.
You know, it refers
It's a family
to an individual.
Yeah.
A son, yes, of Ham.
Right.
Yes,
Son.
yes.
So this is what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
sorry,
to you.
yes,
But
alright.
even though that, right?
Yeah.
So we're saying Ham's got no land.
Huh?
Ham's got no land.
Ham is the ancestor.
But it's his ancestor. It's
Right,
like
his
it's
ancestor,
like
cool.
sorry.
But
It's
he's
like
not
I've got
getting no
three
land.
sons and give the three son Egypt, Canaan, Libya, and Ethiopia.
Can you give it to them, or can they just, or did they migrate there?
That's
No.
I would say,
No. They migrate there.
Let me. Yeah,
They
you're
migrate
right. You're right.
They
So
migrate
this is
there.
my point.
let me
so
intervene, let me
you
intervene.
can't say, unless you're the leader or the authority there, you can't say those people are necessarily that. That's the problem. Because Nimrod, the son of Cush,
Yeah.
is in Babylon. Is he a Babylonian or is he a Cushite?
He was a
Babylonian.
Because
Babylon,
that area
He was the king
spanned.
of
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that kingdom
You
spanned.
are what your father is.
Yeah, no, that kingdom from Babylon it spanned from Africa right up to the Europe, the Chaldeans, all that area, Mesopotamia.
No, but it's still Canaan. That Mesopotamia.
It's Canaan, yeah. No, but it's a Canaan and the Shemites as well live in that region.
So everything is set.
Let me
You understand? This is what I'm trying to say. Before the flood, everything already existed.
No.
These places, this is my problem. Because you're saying...
in terms of geographic location, but not in terms of civilization
because
from the sun.
How are you, Noah, going to get on the boat in Iraq, and only land in Mount Sinai, right? Which is still in the same peninsula. It's still in the Middle East.
Atlantis was...
Sorry, I missed that question. Why did Noah get on the ark?
No.
Good to see, man.
So,
why did Noah get on
the...
the...
If you actually see the geographical
location,
of where the ark went,
right?
Yeah. It went from Iraq, like you said.
All right, yeah.
And down to the Middle East,
right?
Or into what we're calling Saudi Arabia or whatever.
Right.
To Mount Sinai, right?
Mount Ararat.
Or Mount
Ararat.
Mount Ararat, yeah. Which is still in the same what?
I'm not sure if it's the same. You can't comment on that. I'm not saying it's the same geographic location. No.
But it's on the same.
Help me here. The Noah's Ark, where did it landed? I know it was Mount Ararat, but is that the same geographic location as the Mesopotamian region?
Yes.
All right.
So it's a small. That's why we said it's a small localized flood, not a worldwide flood.
No, but the question I'm asking you is why did God told him to bring in the animal into the ark if it wasn't the flood that would destroy every beam that created on the earth?
That might be.
That would give credence to 1 minute. That will give credence to say that it was a worldwide flood because God had to secure the animals. Hudson, are you hearing me? God had to secure the animals. So it was a worldwide flood because God had to secure a certain numbers of animals so to continue creation, as it were.
Right. So if a man is in Iraq, right?
Yes.
And then lands in another part of the same land.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then releases those animals.
Yes.
Where the hell are those animals now?
They're all over the world. All over the world.
Everywhere but what?
Where?
The Middle East. Everywhere but the Middle East.
Where's
the elephants in the Middle East? Where's the giraffes? Where's the leopards? Where's the 2 and 2 of every
Communism.
animal?
Look
at that work today, bro.
Let him answer that question. No, wait. Let us answer that and then we come to you. Go on.
I need to make two points. The geographic and the animals. Let me start with animals.
Go for it.
You see, when you come to the UK, for example, there are no wolves, there are no bears, there are no poisonous snakes.
Yeah, but remember, they don't like cold weather. So remember that. They don't like cold weather.
Exactly.
So they will follow the warm weather. Go on.
Let me finish. The reason why there are no longer any wolves or bears or any wild animals in the UK or in the West is simply because they're hunted out. Like they're hunted.
All right.
These animals.
I give him that.
Now,
in biblical time.
No, I'm talking about in the UK right now.
Yeah. They were hunted down. All right, with you. No, good point.
I'm talking about the whole of
But that's
West.
Romans.
No,
good point.
Let me finish. Maku.
Yeah, they got wolves and bears and
please.
things.
Go on.
Let me finish.
Eagles and
The reason why we have no animals.
But we're talking in the Middle East.
We're gonna get there. That's the point I'm trying to make. We'll go to the Middle East, yeah. So you have to use an analogy of something else.
No analogy. We're talking about the Middle East. Why are you running from the Middle East?
Please.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me finish.
Please.
We come
I'm
to
on
the
your
Middle
neck,
East.
bruv. I'm on your neck, bruv.
I know you are. Can I finish?
I'm on your neck,
how are you
bruv.
gonna be on my neck when I'm not even speaking?
Because you're speaking rubbish.
Hold on, wait. Let him clear it.
Speak
No,
sense, bruv.
let him clear his point.
And answer my
But it doesn't make sense to you, though. That's the problem.
Brother, let him clear his point. Let him clear his point.
Listen to me.
No, let him clear his point, and then we can.
Listen to my question. Again. Listen to my question again.
No, wait. 1 minute.
One
1 minute. 1 minute. We're gonna let you back.
Yeah?
Go on.
I asked the question and you're not answering.
So wait. You're gonna answer the question, and then we go back. So let him finish, and then we will come. I will give my spin.
Animals.
It's not in the Middle East.
In the Middle East.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Let him finish his spin, and then we come in. Yeah. Let him spin,
We don't
and
care
then we come
about
in.
Europe.
Yeah.
No.
That's fine. Yeah.
We know
But
that the
he's
Romans.
saying-
Hold on. The Romans with their Colosseums.
Yes.
Destroyed most of the animals in Europe, right? Lions, Spain, whatever they had.
Brilliant
Yeah,
point.
cool.
Yeah. Good
But
point.
we're talking way back. right? The 2 and 2. Once they came off the boat, we know where they came off. We know where they came off.
Yeah,
right?
which is Ararat,
can I
which is
speak now? Can I speak?
Mesopotamia.
Where is that?
Mesopotamia, you said.
Ararat is even Turkey. But that's even.
All right, yeah.
Can I
From what I'm
speak? Can I
saying.
speak?
But not in the Middle East. That's why there was none in the Middle East. Go on.
So now
Let him
you're not
finish.
even in the Middle East.
Let him finish.
Now they're not even in the Middle East.
Let him close his point. Close the point. Close the point.
Now,
Hold on. Close the point.
when we come to the Middle East, you had a lot of superpowers, national kingdoms, right? That were invading left, right, center, yeah.
Right.
And look, kingdoms or what's it called, empires were going around hunting animals for their own.
Yes,
what?
Nimrod did that.
They hunted so much animals for their own certain pleasures.
Yeah, true.
Now-
Nimrod did that.
now-
Nimrod was a mighty hunter. And he protect the people from animals.
To the extent, Egypt itself,
Yeah.
they ran out of like, a bunch of animals that they had to go to
True. That's
woods
happening
and many
right,
other
right
places
now. Yeah,
to get
true.
animals.
So we understand that.
You
So I could give
So then the
credence to your point. That's why there's none. Go
Now
on.
the geography,
Yeah.
It's a desert. Animals are not going to be in the desert.
It's a desert now.
Yeah.
It's tropical back in the days.
Bruv,
Come on, man.
not after
And
the
most
flood.
of the Sahara, you know in the Sahara.
Before the flood.
Hold on. Oh, wait. You know in the
When it was
Sahara,
tropical,
the Sahara
it was
desert.
before the flood.
For example, in the Sahara desert, it's
You're
called
saying
tropical.
after what? Repeat that.
Right?
Listen, it's
And
called
because of the
the
desert,
fertile
they run out of
crescent,
steam.
right?
If you dig the Sahara,
40,000 years ago, you
will
they're saying they would
find
do
bones
that's
of
the
different
start of
animals.
agriculture in that region, right? So it was called the Fertile Crescent.
So was it
before
fertile
the
in that
Where?
Sahara?
Yeah, it was very fertile, yeah. But you know what happened?
and
You know what
now
happened?
we're not even talking about
Because of the disc of the earth moved in it.
All right, good point.
And so
we're not
that's
even
why you
talking
had the
about
Sahara
Sahara.
Desert. And so what happened here is that because of the desertification, what's it called, the desert that happened in the Sahara, a lot of animals went extinct. Now when you dig, when you do archaeology,
Have you ever seen an animal drown?
when you do archaeology,
Because of the flood.
archaeologists,
That's why God had to bring them in the ark. Because they could have drowned.
Animals, right?
They could have drowned. If God didn't bring them in the ark, they would have drowned.
The first sign, you know this, the first sign of something going wrong is birds. Be flying.
Yeah, true, yeah.
All the animals.
Yeah, true.
In one direction.
True, yeah,
That's
true.
why you have.
You're
That's why you
telling
have
me
different
you gotta get a
different
guy
sorts of birds
to
in the
fucking
Middle
explain
East
to
and
the
the Sahara
animals
sometimes.
something
There
tragic
are
is gonna happen. I
birds
don't think
that
so.
actually drink.
I think that's nature.
Oh, man, we're talking about God, man. He want to
There are birds, the animals that live from the misty
He
clouds
gave
that
everything.
come down.
He
Like
gave
you know, one of the
instruction,
dew drops that the mist
He
carry.
gave everything
That's
the
what they live on.
intelligence. Yeah?
In the Sahara.
To live and survive, innit?
Yeah, but they wouldn't survive that flood. They wouldn't survive the flood.
Right. So
That's why you can green the desert.
So my point
Yeah,
is,
you
can't green the
the
desert.
animals
Yeah.
would have known instinctively.
That there was going to be a flood.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they were. That's why.
Because that even happens.
Yeah, that's why they.
To now.
Yeah, but that's why they were in order to get in the.
Ain't no order.
That's what.
Sorry.
You okay, gentlemen? No, because you're pushing back. Because you're coming back on the mic.
It's not
Yeah.
white people. No, 'cause
Yeah.
you're
If you
pushing
drift back, you'll be alright. Yeah. So we were saying that's why they were required to be in the ark. So that they to preserve life. That's why they went in the ark.
Well, as it says in the Bible, it says that some of these stuff is allegories.
And
So
I don't see
you
why
can
it
say
has
it.
to apply to the whole world. Like what
Exactly.
you were saying,
Yeah.
just because that
It can be
happened locally.
localized. It
No,
makes sense.
because hold on.
We'll come back to the
I'll
animals.
give you an
Let's make
answer.
the
And
geographic
even
point.
if you said all the animals from the Middle
Geography,
East, that would be
Maku.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Maku,
Maku,
let
yeah.
me make one point, please.
Yeah, go on.
You see, geography, because they were stuck with like what was the land of Ham, right?
Yeah.
You see, Ham
No
had
land.
kids, right?
Right.
And his children and their descendants happened to migrate, because I know that the Cushitic people, they migrated from Mesopotamia, right?
Right.
All the way through Ethiopia. That's why
The what people?
Yeah.
The what people migrate from Mesopotamia? What people?
The Cushitic people.
Cushitic,
Actually, they came.
alright.
They came to Egypt through the north.
Okay, cool,
You understand?
cool, alright.
Now, the Ethiopians, the Hamfar, most of the Cushitic people
Right.
had followed the Nilotic River.
Alright,
The,
fair enough,
sorry,
alright,
the River Nile.
Alright.
That's
Is
why
this
you
after
have.
the flood
That,
or
yeah, that's
After. Yeah.
So now
Way after,
that's why you have Nilo-Hametic.
Right.
Because they live by the Nile.
Yeah,
You
alright.
understand?
Yeah, I made
For
that.
example, the Tutsis,
Yeah.
before they went to what's now called Rwanda,
Alright.
they used to live in Ethiopia
Alright,
and
okay.
them areas.
Okay.
And the Rendile.
Oh, the
and-
Tutsi.
Yeah.
Before they went-
and the
alright.
Maasai.
Alright.
These people
Right.
are called what's it called Nilo-Hametics. So
What the people they are? What they are now today?
today.
They're called Watutsis.
Today
They're called
Tutsis.
Maasai.
No, the Maasais, the Tutsis,
No, what
these
people
are
are there
tribes.
into the?
The Maasai and the Watutsi.
Yeah,
are the
what
same
people are they
people.
now? In what relation? Where they live? Where they
Okay,
live?
the Maasai, they live in Kenya, and the
he talking
Tutsis,
about?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
and the Tutsis
That's
live
your
in like East
forefather.
Africa.
All right, I get you. All right, I'm with
Right.
you. I'm with you.
Right.
They're in
So
every
the
other
reason
country.
why,
They're the father
why,
of Cushitic people. The Watutsis. Because they have that look. Originally, they were like 6 foot. 8 or 9 tall.
They're the
They've
father-
got wavy
they're
hair.
they're the father
You know
of
what I'm
who?
saying?
They're the father
They're
of
the father of anyone who says they're Cushitic or
father.
Asiatic looking.
But brother, that's the reason, yeah?
Peace, man. Good to meet you, sir. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Take care, sir.
Yeah, good to meet you.
You get
All right,
me?
yeah. So you're saying, yeah, right. Yeah.
So we don't have to go hard to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Your original tribe has to be related to those people. You understand? They don't live in the same region, as in they don't live in Somalia, for example.
Right.
But they do live in Ethiopia. They do live in Sudan. But if you think about it, by the time they move up, they mix and da.
True.
So
I give it that. I give it that. I give it that. I give it that.
You know
So they
what-
mix
be an
in there.
off-branch.
Yeah.
No.
Off. Yeah.
Do you know why?
I agree with that. Agree with that.
Do you know
Good
why the
point.
Tutsis? Do you know why the Tutsis are in Rwanda? Do you know why the Tutsis are in
They
Rwanda?
can be in Rwanda.
But do you know why they're there?
Yeah, go on. Tell us.
Because I want to know, because my brother is
No,
trying to...
you got a good knowledge, you know. You got a good knowledge.
all
Good
right.
knowledge.
The reason why the Tutsis are in Rwanda is because at the time of the Futuh al-Habash, right? At the time when, before or prior, right? There was a war between Ethiopia and, there was, the Portuguese were involved, a lot of people were involved. But there was a lot of killing going on. You understand? So these people fled the bloodshed, and it wasn't only them. The Rendile people fled the war in Ethiopia.
Right.
The Tutsi, and many people fled the war from Ethiopia, and they fled. Although some of them went to Kenya, Kenya, and the other ones went to
When was
Rwanda.
this?
Huh?
When?
I need to look.
All right, hold on. But you mentioned
Certain
something. You said many of the
You know
Indians
it's the other
came from Mesopotamia
Yeah.
into. You would mention it.
The Indians
Indian came from Mesopotamia into Kush.
I said from an article I read,
Yeah.
I'm not can't say 100% sure,
Right.
But from an article I read, Kush,
Yeah.
right, one of his wives had the Indians. You understand? They come from
Kush wife had the Indians.
one of his wives, because Kush had 2 wives.
All right.
One of his wives had
that's
so
right.
they're stepbrothers, I think, something like that.
All right,
So
all right.
that's why look, before the Persians and the white people went to India, the Indians were known as Ethiopians as well. Like India, right? South India.
Yeah.
Before they were mixed up with, because then the Indians we see today with the light skin were not light skin to start with.
Good point.
Yeah.
Dravidians. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are Africans. These are Africans.
Yeah, but
who are Indians now. You understand?
Yeah, but
they're
what I'm
the
saying-
fathers, or they're the root. Now, the thing is, when they got to India, they called themselves Hindu Kush. Hindu because of the ideology and thing they picked up when they got there.
Right. All right. I'm with
Kush. Kush.
Yeah, Kush. Yeah.
Because of where they were coming from,
Right.
and their phenotype,
Yeah.
and everything is given. You understand?
Right.
So you do
Right.
agree
So
that
when you
you
look-
do agree that the phenotype that we have is like specific to the Kush.
Right. So it's Asian, right?
That's not Asia though.
What we say,
Africa.
black
Africa.
Asiatic. So what's a
all
black
right.
Asiatic?
No. Asia
I
is
never
a
heard of that
continent.
term.
Asia,
I never heard of that term. Black
Asia
Asiatic.
is
You
a
heard of the term,
continent.
but you see, man, we're straight there.
Asia,
What the hell are you talking about?
Asia is a
It's a
continent.
black Asiatic.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
So anyone East African
Right.
is a black Asiatic, bro.
No,
West Asian. West Asian.
Asia is a continent, it's not a race. You're acting like Asia is a
said
race.
black
When we say
Asiatic.
Asia,
It's a black Asiatic. I hear what you mean. I know. I hear what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
When I say black Asiatic,
Yeah.
I mean all of those people.
Yeah.
You
I'm
understand?
with you. I'm with you.
Kushites,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you
Okay.
have aquatic features. You understand? Okay. Aquiline nose. You understand?
Okay, right.
Wavy to straight
So you do
hair.
agree we didn't mix? We didn't mix though.
That's
You-
a mix.
It's a mix.
Because it's not this.
How is it? No, it doesn't have to
No,
be
he's
that.
saying no. Hold
the other
on.
way
He's
in
saying you
nature.
mixed with.
So
He's
don't-
saying you would have mixed with.
Bloody hell.
You would have mixed possibly with the Asiatic people, but even you're from Africa.
No,
It's true.
No,
It's true though.
No,
It makes sense. Of course it makes sense. You're right.
Wait, let me
Come on, let me explain. Let me explain.
I'll give you a different.
No, yeah.
I'll give you a
No,
different.
you're right, because I did look at that.
No,
Yeah,
I'll give you
go
a
on,
different
go on.
analogy.
Yeah, go on.
You see, I explained this earlier. This is like something to do with genetics, innit? But then they come back to the point.
That's another
You see the Aborigine people. You know the Aborigine people, right? The Aborigines of Australia.
Aborigines, right. Sorry.
You see, when you look at their facial features, they look like West Africans.
Are you talking about
You
the
understand?
American?
No, Australia.
Are they in West Africa as well?
Well, let me finish, please.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
The Aborigine people, when you look at their facial features, they look like what's it called, Bantus or West Africans.
All right.
But when you look at their hair texture, they look like Indians.
Right.
You understand?
So
but at the end of the day,
So they're
no. At the end of the day, what did they mix? What did they mix with?
They would have mixed it with something.
No. What did they mix with that made them look like that?
Another African.
What
another
I'm,
South African.
What I'm saying is that
Not black people, you know. When you say African, you don't mean black.
Yes.
We, black people.
I've got
You
another
think?
one.
No, but I don't think they
No,
will come
but
out like
not
that.
every African is dark skinned.
All right.
Why are we doing this?
How about this?
Hold on, hold on.
How about
All this tribe in
this? What did he
Africa
mix
are the
with?
Khoisan. They look light skinned and Chinese.
What did he mix with?
nappy, picky hair.
European, innit?
No, he said
sorry.
European.
Okay,
I've got
I hear you.
I've got a better analogy.
I hear
I've got a better analogy for you.
All right, go on.
You see, this brother is a white man, right?
Yeah.
What did this white man mix with to become white?
You think he mixed with something?
No, yeah. I'm asking you an example. I'm asking you an example. What did he mix with to become white?
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he mixed with something?
He didn't. He came out of breakfast.
That's what I said.
So that's a genetic mutation.
Kola, yeah.
That's a genetic mutation.
Yes.
Because of his genetic mutation,
Right.
he looks that way.
Yeah.
Because of my genetic mutation, I look this way. I did not mix.
What do you mean mutation?
That's a mutation.
Hold on.
Dummy.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, wait. No, wait, uncle. Wait. No, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. No, wait. No, we all it's true. He's right. But hold on, man. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. All right. No. All right. Let me get him carried. Go on. No, but you need to explain that what you just said.
I will. Now I'm going to use animals, yeah? You've got a white bear and a brown bear. Who came first?
Brown bear.
What did a brown bear mix with to become white?
It
That's what I'm
didn't.
saying.
What I'm trying to
Why
say.
you going down that road, man?
What I'm saying.
Hold on.
Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. I know, but this is what I'm saying. That explains what I mean by genetic mutation. At some point down the line, this bear, this white bear, he came up with a different mutation compared to his foreign ancestors. That's why certainly its colors change.
All right, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? So the Ethiopian, because the Bible says the Ethiopian cannot change their skin. We know that they are dark-skinned people, but they do not mix with the Africans. Me and this brother right here, and this brother.
We do not mix with the Africans.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying you, by genetic, you made dark skin as you are, but straight here. But straight here. You agree with that?
Yeah. I agree with that.
I don't make sure we
That's
clear,
what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I was made dark skinned.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm proud of it.
No,
but
you're not black. You're not black.
I'm not black.
Exactly.
We just
want to clear that.
You're not black. Where are you from?
No. In terms of like me, with a woolly type here.
Oh, right.
That's what we're trying to do.
No.
So he's black in skin.
You're Somalian, yeah?
Brother,
Yeah,
let's get one thing straight.
Somali.
Let's get one thing straight.
All right.
There are two types of melanin, right?
Yeah.
There's the melanin that me, you, him,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
I've got.
yeah.
And then there's the reactive melanin that these two.
All right, yeah.
Now, what active melanin is that you can be in an environment and you will turn completely black.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
We don't do that, do we?
No. But he doesn't do that either.
No, he does. The
No,
sun,
because I think the Ethiopian was born that, because the Bible said they were born that way.
Yeah, Ethiopians are dark.
They were dark-skinned people. Go on.
because of the region, right?
No. I don't think so.
Ethiopians were
Hold on,
dark-skinned
brother. Hold on, brother.
Definitely.
So you're saying then, you're saying then that these people from Ethiopia, sorry to say these, your people from people from Ethiopia, they were not made that way. You're telling me.
They have a different type of melanin, hence the name.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, were they not the same melanin as us?
Burnt face, you mean?
Ethiopia, thank you.
Sorry?
This is why the Europeans are not
Ethiopian meaning
stupid.
burnt face, the one with the burnt face.
Ethiopians are not, the Europeans were not stupid when they were naming things.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I think there was a mix-up between his people and our people. Go on.
Ethiopians, right?
Were his people.
Right. Ethiopians
Was his
or
people.
even Egyptians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or Egyptos.
All right.
As they say, affected
Right.
or burnt by the sun.
Right.
Not burnt by the sun because you're not burnt. You get me? But
Right.
you're affected by the sun.
Right.
Meaning it changes your complexion. We have Africans. We have.
But remember, that's
Africans
only what the European man said, though.
No.
Hold on, that is deep.
The European man said
We
that.
have Africans like this.
Can I just make...
Yeah, but how did he came with that
And it's
skin?
even more relevant and it's even more significant with Asians.
Yeah, but how did he came with that skin?
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, brother.
One
How did he came with the skin?
But do I know what you mean, though.
We'll let you. Go on.
It's even more prevalent in Asians. You understand?
What? The
Who are
melanin.
the same people.
The melanin.
You understand? Right. That when they go somewhere, they come to England, they come fairer. You understand? When they go back to Delhi and spend a month or two, they turn jet black. Blacker than their eyebrows.
Go on. Let this gentleman make his point. Let me see. All right, I'll come back to you on that. Go on, let me see.
It's been shown and documented
Right.
that many Africans have mixed in this country, but that the offspring of those children gradually turn whiter and whiter, so that their offspring, often you can hardly tell that there's African, and I believe that's environmental. If you had the same conditions and they were living in Africa, the white family, then they would
get darker.
They would be darker within a generation or so. So it's like the environmental effect.
Okay, I understand the environmental effect.
Why did the Arab Egyptians?
No, wait.
Like,
But
the Arab Egyptians
no,
still-
wait. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. What I'm saying, what I believe, this is what I believe. I believe that the Africans, we black people, with the wool white, we were made dark skin, but I think the Ethiopian was made with dark skin, but they had straight time
Yeah, so that's what I believe.
This is what I believe.
That's what I believe strongly. Just to hear what's different.
You hear me,
They weren't
man?
dark.
You hear what I'm saying?
Originally.
So what I'm saying, the melanin that he has, we had a similar melanin, but we were totally a different people.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
this shows in the bone
And now,
structure.
Now, what he's trying to
That's what I agree.
say, what he's trying to say,
But he was saying something.
what he's trying to say,
Yeah.
because of my hair and my phenotype, I am mixed with something else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. I think, I think he's hardcore.
Exactly.
No, I think he's hardcore. No, man, he's original.
Kush.
No, Kush.
He's Kush.
Kush. He's black.
He is.
No,
for
he
me,
is.
yeah,
go on.
as a Nigerian, I can claim his land.
No!
Because we migrated.
No!
Hold on.
He wasn't there!
Hold on, let's see what you mean. What do you mean? What do you
He
mean?
wasn't there.
No, wait. What do you
Go
mean?
on, go
What do you
on.
mean? What do you mean?
Go on, go on.
Ethiopians,
No, what do
the
you-
first Ethiopians would have been us. Because we migrated from the Nile Valley.
So you're saying that you were there
my
in
tribe.
that land first?
Hold on. So you're saying
Just under my tribe.
we take over the land of Ethiopia and all those regions, we black people, before. So were they natives? Are we?
No, we're native.
Why you say we
Can I
native?
correct
We are native because we were there before them.
Can I correct
You
you?
were in his land before him, where he is now.
He's lying.
What's your tribe, by the way? Can I ask?
Yoruba.
Okay.
Can I correct him? Can I
Can't
correct
mess with me. Can't mess with me.
Maku.
We tell you we came out of the Nile
Let me
Valley.
correct
Where
you.
is
Can I
the Nile
correct you?
Valley?
What's
In
Yoruba?
Sudan.
Yeah, now Valley is Sudan.
Right. So we have to walk through Sudan, through Ethiopia, and then down.
Yeah, but I don't think that was our land.
I can't argue that because I don't know, but I'll go with you.
Yeah, but I don't think that was our land.
Hold on, but
The
that
only-
land
the only-
was still in the old days was still called Sudan. So we left Sudan
Do you mind
to
going
come
there?
to another
Yeah,
side
sorry,
of what?
Yeah.
Sudan.
Yeah, but that was not our
You
land, though.
understand?
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
I
It was
get you.
still the same region.
I can't
you
argue
think
that
that was
because I
our
don't know,
land?
but I take your word for it. Yeah.
No, but if
I'm
you
not-
say
I'm
that,
not
that
strong
means
on
you're saying then
I'm not
we were
strong on
allies,
that.
are we?
I'm not.
No, I'm saying we
Can I
were
intervene?
not West Africans.
Oh, I agree with
You can't
that.
fix us
All
by
right.
saying,
Can I
yeah,
intervene? Can I
you're
intervene?
West African.
No, but
I'm West
that's what
African
this
now.
is. That's what the media does.
But you say you weren't West African, you were Sudan.
No, we were East Africans, of course.
Can I intervene?
Oh, see, now I see. Now I see where you're coming from. Now I see where you're coming from.
I know. He's
No,
trying to claim. Can I correct
This
him?
guy. All right, brother. All right, I hear you now. I hear you
And
now.
it's not claim.
Maku.
Yeah, all right. I hear you, man.
This is historical.
All right,
So
okay.
when Nigerians,
I'll give you historical. Let me give you
All right.
when
historical.
the
Let him
Yoruba
come in.
say,
Let me give you historical.
3,000 years ago, we migrated from the Nile Valley.
Maku, you're living a
to
lie.
what we're calling Nigeria.
Look at these
You
guys.
understand?
Are you done?
We
Are you
met
done?
certain tribes, including-
Guys, move that away.
Hold on,
You're pushing
including-
about mics, man. Get it drift down. Why you want to light or something? Drift down a little. You're pushing up us to the mic. Yeah. Go on, go on.
Aboriginal. You understand?
Yeah. Go on,
When we
go on.
got,
Finish.
hold on, when we got to that region,
Let me
When we
I like
got
to
to that
correct you.
region,
I like to correct you.
All right.
when we got to that region,
Yeah.
we encountered the Nok. There were certain tribes
Yeah.
there already, people who lived there already.
The Nok.
Right? And one of the people
No, hold
who
on,
lived
man. You
there,
need to clarify
one,
if it's right or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, I will.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
one of the people
Yeah.
who also lived there,
Yeah.
where they made significant were the Aboriginals. Right?
Aboriginal.
Now, we obviously didn't mix with them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, those Aboriginals, that he only thinks is in Australia, are all over Africa, especially East Africa.
Yeah.
And they're known as Hamitic or Hamite
No!
tribes.
They don't even have the same genetics as us.
Black,
The Aborigines,
black,
they
with
don't.
blonde hair, black with blue eyes.
why do you say
can
Somali,
find
not
it,
Somalian?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Somalian
Black skin, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's not the
Okay.
same as us.
No, true. I agree with that.
They've given them their
So I'm
name.
supposed to say
They say
Somali.
these guys are
Somali is
Kushites.
Oh, yeah. I hear the argument.
All right.
So, hold on. So, I think what he's actually saying.
Please,
They-
before you start, can you not intervene when I speak? I beg you.
All right.
Intervene, I was talking.
No, I know, but I was very
When I was talking about the knot,
he mean
you were
after.
laughing.
He mean after.
No,
No,
what
he
do
mean
you
after.
mean?
He mean
Explain
after. No, he mean after. He mean after. No, go on.
So we asking.
Now, what I was gonna ask here, are you saying then? Hold on. Are you saying that all the Africans, include we, are same Amites like you? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about that, but let me speak
Okay.
about my
So
history.
I'm just making sure that we know that.
East
Let me
Africans,
speak
and
about
then
history.
that's
One sec, brother. One sec. He made a claim
Yeah, go on.
that you guys are indigenous to East Africa.
Yes.
Now, coming back to the original East
You have a
Africa.
point with that.
No, he hasn't got a point.
Why is that?
I'll tell you why.
Go on. I hear
Now,
Yeah,
the first Nilotic people to come through the Nile were Hamitic. You understand? And the Hamitic.
that. No, hold on. No,
One
history.
sec.
Hold on.
One sec.
History has it.
biblical.
Hold on. History has it that the Egyptians would left in Egypt, later travel down
Who were
into
the
Africa.
Egyptians?
Yes.
Who were the Egyptians?
Huh?
Cushitics?
No. The Hebrew Egyptians.
Yeah.
Hebrew Egyptians that was left in Egypt.
Yes.
That didn't went with the Exodus.
Right.
They later traveled down that region.
Right.
The one that went Exodus route.
They didn't
That's you.
Exodus. The Bible tells us that.
And that's you
The Bible
and
tells us
your
that.
people.
Okay.
A mixed set
I
of
don't know
people.
much about the Bible.
They're from the
Alright.
I
Bible.
don't know much about the Bible.
I said he
Wait,
said
I
he's
need to
Israelite.
correct his point.
All right, carry.
When the
Get
Cushitic
the
people,
story. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See,
And you've got to remember, you were taken in to Ethiopia, to Somalia as slaves. You just lost your memory, dummy.
What?
You
No.
You got they got the audacity to tell us the native Bantus, the ones who are native, who they say they came there through slavery, right? But they're native. Doesn't make sense. But you came and met them there.
Okay, right. I see your point.
Because
Still, I haven't made that point. Just so you know.
Go for it. You're gonna go in a minute.
Because they say they're seafaring,
Yeah.
and nomadic.
Okay.
Two things that mean you move around a lot.
Okay.
So you can't be original to an area, can you? If you move around a lot.
Correction.
Thank you.
First of all, I didn't say we are original to the.
You're not original to nothing.
I didn't say that. I didn't say we are original
Nothing.
to the horn.
To the Middle East?
Can I finish,
Yes.
please, man?
Yes.
Can I finish?
To Canaan? Yes.
Go on.
Can I finish?
Go on.
To Canaan?
Let him finish.
Sumer?
Let him finish.
Yes.
Let him
That's your home.
finish.
Can I finish?
Yeah. Get
Wait,
me?
to start with, I didn't say the horn.
India.
From Africa.
We're not saying we are the
okay.
indigenous people there.
From Africa, yeah, all right. Cool.
But
It was a mixed race anyway.
Yeah.
It was a mixed races in the area anyway. So go on.
No, we're not mixed race. But come back to the point.
No, mixed races in the area.
Okay, coming back to the point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
You see, when the Somalis came to the horn, especially like the sea
you came
parts,
there?
yeah. I never said we lived there like
All right,
that.
native.
Right?
So-
The people.
So you're saying it's not anything?
Thank you.
Nah, but
Thank you, my brother.
Okay.
You ended up agreeing with me.
No.
You see?
Exactly.
Not
Yeah.
Who was
totally.
there when you got there?
Not totally. Not
Who was
totally.
But by
there
what
when
you
you got
just
there,
said
my brother?
made you see.
Maku, let me
Who
finish.
was there when I got there?
That's a joke.
You can't finish. You're finished.
Carry on.
You can't
We'll
finish,
listen.
you're
Listen.
finished.
No, let him finish, man. Carry on. Let him finish the point.
Why are you irritating
I
me?
told you, I'm going to cook you today.
No.
I don't care, bro.
Carry on,
You've been irritating me for months.
No,
bro.
carry
know what you're
on.
saying.
Let him clear his point. He
I'm
must
gonna
clear.
give you
We're talking about African
he
history here.
He must
I'm
respond.
gonna burn you, bro.
African history.
Yeah, but he must
I'm gonna
respond though. Make him respond.
Listen and learn.
Yeah, let him respond.
Yeah, go on.
Listen and learn. Hold on.
Listen and learn, son.
Let him respond.
This is not your territory.
Let him respond.
This is not your
Let him
territory.
respond. Let him
Don't get eaten up.
Let him respond.
Don't get
Go on,
eaten
go
up
on,
here.
go on.
What's that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
go
Let him respond.
ولا سيبوا حير
Let him respond.
Now, in the horn, like me, when I stand in front of camera, I don't like to do fake stuff, innit? I have to tell people the straight thing, because you know what I'm saying? In Somalia or in the horn, we're not indigenous to that land. I agree with him on that point.
All right.
However, the people that we came, like when we came to the people that were there, we're not you people. You know who it was? It was tell me those guys, Mandela's people. I forgot the name.
Mandela. That's Zimbabwe. No, I'm sorry.
Not Bantu, not Bantu. The small eyes people. The small eyes people. No, Shash. Khoisan.
Oh, Khoisan.
The Khoisan people.
what the heck is it
The
about?
Khoisan people are the indigenous people.
But you're 6 foot. You're
One
6
sec,
foot.
one sec.
You're 6 foot.
He's not Khoisan. They got nothing to do.
Height.
They
Then you're Khoisan.
They've got nothing to do. You've got
pick
nothing
me.
to do do with Hudson.
You understand?
You've
Your
got
origin,
nothing.
your ancestors would
No!
Hey,
No!
let it clear his point,
No!
man.
it's all Asiatic.
Come on, man.
You understand?
Yeah.
Let it clear
Those
his point.
people are small people.
Let it clear his point.
Right, okay.
Look,
No, wait, I know.
every time it feels like
Hey,
Oh, right,
Yes,
yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
let it clear his
okay.
point. Let it clear his point. Let him clear his point. Let him clear his
every
point.
time.
Hold on.
You know what it
Clear
is,
his point. Let him clear his
You know
point.
what it is.
Let him clear his point.
This is amateur hour. and
The
I'm about to
Khoisan
take us-
people,
let him clear his point.
the Khoisan people
Yeah.
don't share your genetics. They're totally different people. I would like to call them. I would like to call them a small race.
Are they E1B1A?
They're different. They're not.
Are they E1B1A?
They're not. Right.
So what are they?
The Khoisan people,
What are
they
they?
carry. Look, you see, the E1B1A,
Are they the
right?
oldest
I never
people on
heard
the
of
planet?
that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's a genetic code for like Bantus, the Eurobos.
All right,
and
cool,
that,
all right,
yeah?
cool.
Are they the oldest people
Now-
on the planet?
I never heard of
Now
that.
let me
the
finish.
Khoisan are the oldest people.
All right, cool.
Be respectful, man.
They're the oldest
No,
people
carry
on
on,
the
no, carry on.
planet. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, go on.
I know, but let me
Yeah,
finish.
but you said they don't share the same DNA.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a fallacy.
All right, but carry on.
You understand?
I'll tell you
Let
why.
it clear,
They don't share the same
I'll tell you-
DNA.
I'll tell you
They
why.
don't share the same DNA
No, you
as
don't. No, I know they don't. No, they don't. They don't.
Right. They share the same DNA as me.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they
because
don't.
I've got the traits
No,
of
because
them.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
no, not hair.
And you're saying that everybody in my family is dark skinned.
Listen,
Right, hold on.
Let me
Are you
finish.
saying you're saying the same trait with these people that you're mentioning here?
Nah, he's got
But
nothing
where
to-
are they from?
Oh, okay,
Ethiopia.
sorry.
You're trying to claim
Check
everything.
my eyes. They're
what's
not
that?
Oriental-ish.
no.
I've got high cheekbones.
Nah.
You can have high cheekbones,
Nah.
innit? A lie?
Yeah,
And droopy things, and then you look Oriental, yeah?
I want to see where we're going here. Hold on. What again?
I wanted to finish, but I can't. Every time I start
No,
something,
let him clear
he
his point. Let him
interjects.
clear his point. Go for it.
Come on, man.
Come on, Pops.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
Now look,
Young
what's it called? When we speak about genetics, right? There is something called the sickle cell disease.
I heard of that.
It's a genetic disorder, right?
Okay.
Right. The only place or the only people that don't carry this genetic, what's it called? Effect, yeah? Disease, yeah? Are the Khoisan. Okay, in South Africa, 0%, and the people of Somalia, 0%. They don't have it. Yeah, sickle cell disease.
I didn't know that.
They don't have it, and that shows you've got, for example, he's E1B1A. E1B1A, that's where this genetic disease comes from, the sickle cell disease. You understand? So at some point,
Is that true the way you say it?
Let me finish. No, look it up, right? Now, the thing I'm trying to tell him, yeah? How, right, for example, if you go to West Africa, this disease, it's said that its origin comes from that, what's it called, genetic. He's got it, but at some point, if he gets it, then
Stupid. Are you going to say I got
It's-
some
No,
kind
you
of-
don't mean that. You don't mean directly.
No, I'm saying
What I
I'm
mean-
going to say
what I
I haven't
mean-
even got sickle cell trait.
No.
No,
You
you're not
understand?
saying you got it directly. You're just saying he's got it in the nation.
in the
Nation. You don't mean you. You don't mean you directly.
If you have any part of
Don't take-
sub-Saharan African in you, you have sickle cell trait. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah? Your blood is sickle for a reason. You
Yeah, but
understand?
we don't have
Because
that.
you're
So you're saying
don't have it.
that your people don't have it,
0%.
but we our people have it in Africa.
Okay, anyone, he's right at some point, anyone who mixed with the E1B1A, what's it called, genetics,
stop malaria?
have it. They have it. Right?
How
They
do you
have
stop
it.
malaria?
They have it.
Okay.
However,
How do you stop-
the
how do you stop malaria?
Khoisan
Yeah.
and the Somalis don't carry this genetic disorder.
How do you stop malaria?
They
then,
don't carry
if
genetic
you haven't got
disorder.
it?
So if
Hold on.
The oldest disease
Hold on,
on
but
the
that makes
planet.
sense, you know. Hold on,
Killed more people than any war. Killed more people
And
than
the
any
Khoisan-
war. Anything.
the
You know what I'm
Khoisan
saying?
are indigenous to the
They
land.
ain't got a natural defense mechanism against something that is African. You're not African.
Yeah, but hold on a minute.
You're not African then.
No, hold on a minute. But that
That's
means,
the fact.
but hold on.
You
If he
know what I'm
says,
saying?
hold
If
on,
you haven't got that,
So
you're not African.
But if
No,
he's
you're not
No,
African.
the Khoisan don't have it. But the
But if he
Khoisan
says, no, hold on.
You ain't got
If
it.
he- Oh no, hold on. If he's saying his descendant doesn't carry that disease and we have it,
And the Khoisan,
and he's saying
And we're
they're
originally
native. No,
Africans.
They're saying they're natives and they don't have it.
He's not saying he's native.
I said the Khoisan. You know
No,
the
the Khoisan.
The Khoisan
The
are
Khoisan
native.
don't have it.
He's not native.
But the Khoisans don't have it too. Are you saying the Khoisan are African as well?
Bro, I'm
Are you
saying
saying the
He said
Khoisan are
Ethiopian don't have it, and I'm
African?
saying he's Ethiopian. That's what I'm saying. Not directly
Doesn't make
Ethiopia,
sense.
but I mean,
It doesn't make sense.
bloodline.
If you come,
Yeah.
from sub-Saharan Africa,
Right.
The Khoisans don't carry this genetic disease. However, he's saying that the Khoisans are not African as well. If we're not African, the Khoisans are not African too.
We're all on the mic, man.
No, you have to,
Are
because
you
he's
done?
shouting over
Are you
me.
done?
I have to make my point.
done?
Alright, go on.
The Khoisans
You
don't
make his
carry.
point.
Are you saying?
Carry on.
Are you saying the Khoisans are not African?
All right, you finished now?
Are
Are you
saying-
done?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
go on.
done, man.
Patel,
All right,
are you
go on.
done?
All right, go on.
Right.
Go on.
Now
Yeah,
shut
let
the
him
fuck
carry
up
on.
and let me
carry on.
talk.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're eating up.
Yeah.
He's getting boiled. Who's getting bullied right now?
I'll cook you.
Calm down, go on.
Because I don't like you, so I
know you
won't
don't
debate with you.
You don't like my
I'm gonna
people.
roast you.
You don't like me and my people. I know that.
Gentlemen, we're debating.
I don't like you.
No, you don't even like my people.
Hold on, calm down.
You don't
Debate.
like, that's why you always.
Go on.
That's why you always
Come
complain.
on, say your point.
I'll bring people, my
Gentlemen,
people, your people,
Gentlemen! Go on, talk.
and then you'll see if I like somebody else or not.
Speak.
Yeah?
Speak.
When they're doing a job for me.
Everyone can see how ignorant you are.
They're doing a job for
Look
me.
how ignorant you are. Ignorant. Ignorant about history. What do you know?
No, hold on, let him respond.
I know a lot.
He hasn't got no point.
No, but let him
I know a lot.
respond.
You can't tell me.
No, let him respond.
You can't tell me.
No, let him respond.
You
Go
can't tell
on.
me I've got sickle cell.
No, he can't
or
say.
fit,
Traits.
or all of these.
You have in your DNA.
No.
So stupid.
He's
So stupid.
He's so.
I thought that was.
You know what I'm saying?
It's only certain people. Not everybody got it.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
He's more. He's more. Right. More. What's it called? More. Closer to get that disease than me.
I thought you couldn't get that disease unless you got somebody in your bloodline have it.
Yeah, but the E1B1A that he carries has that what's it called genetic
That's
disorder.
generalization.
No, that's true.
Once you go from A to B, yeah? Once you go from A to B, is B more than A or is B a lesser than A?
It would be a bit lesser than A.
Thank you. So, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Who's this than A? Is this the genetic mutation? Come on, man.
And even your ideas, and even your B1B, E1B1B is bollocks.
No.
That's not how they
I'm
do
just
it.
going to say, all right, that's fine. He said he's got.
It's not what they do.
Okay.
Oh no, listen.
Yeah.
You can look it up on your phone.
I will check it out,
It's going to say L1,
Right.
L2,
Right.
from a central point in Africa, as each one went, and then L5 goes over into
Right,
Europe,
right, yeah.
and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Where's the C1B1B?
Hey, answer that.
Oh, wait, I'm trying to get that
This
thing out.
child,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I've been at school 25 years plus.
Yeah.
Apparently-
Done.
Apparently, you didn't learn
High
anything from
school,
school.
university.
Yeah.
But you didn't learn
fixed.
shit from school, though. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
This is my point.
What did you learn
know
from
what I'm
school?
saying?
Hey, you
But
don't
you're
have to learn
telling me
anything in
now-
school, right?
You're telling me
Go
now.
on.
You're telling me
Are you
now
saying
about
you went to school?
E1B1B.
Yeah.
Where do you learn E1B1B? Was
Done
you
school.
freelancing?
No.
Or did you learn it at school? Right,
Right.
thank you.
no,
You were
no.
freelancing.
You
You
tell-
went on the internet
What do you
and
know?
you
You found it.
found
Now, what do you
Now
know?
the difference
What
is
do you know?
the
What do you know?
difference is
Let's
from the
read.
generation I come from.
Yeah, go on.
What is the
we
best
read
knowledge?
books.
It's the one that you teach yourself. The best
All
knowledge.
right, hold on.
Come
Listen,
man.
I'm finished. Let me
Come
clear.
The
on,
best knowledge
Yeah.
is when you're taught by a teacher.
All right.
When you're
And
taught,
humble
man.
yourself.
What teacher?
And humble yourself.
What do you know?
And humble
He's
yourself.
saying the Khoisans are not original
And
to
humble
Africa.
yourself. And
He's saying the
humble yourself.
Khoisans are not original to Africa.
I'm saying
We'll
you.
check it out. Go on.
That's what he
I'm
said.
saying you. No, I'm
All right.
saying
He's saying the
the
Khoisans
idea.
are
Let's get
less
back to the
than
point.
you.
Hold on a minute.
No.
How you
Hold on
gonna
a
say
minute. Hold on a
the
minute.
Khoisans are less
I'm
than
saying-
you?
Hold on. Let him clear his point. Let him clear
I'm
his point.
saying,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm not talking about the Khoisan, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, but
When I talk
yeah,
about
you
you,
said no, you
when I
said the
talk about
Khoisans
you,
too.
who don't have
No,
Trying to calm him down and then
Hold on. When you don't have sickle cell trait, you understand?
you have it.
don't understand.
You have that trait.
I don't have it.
You have it.
Now,
You have it.
you-
You have it. Whether you like it or not, I want everybody to research.
Okay.
Research. Do your research. You have it.
Right.
All right,
You have
you
it.
know to run in a minute. Go carry on.
Yeah. So this idea, hold on, bro. This idea of sickle cell.
Yeah.
We studied it extensively.
Yeah.
Right. So the way it works.
Maku, give me a minute.
The way it works,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, as I said, if you're from Sub-Saharan Africa, which is very tropical,
No.
right?
You're wrong.
Which will have
You're wrong.
mosquitoes.
You're wrong.
Mosquitoes is older than
You're wrong.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Killed
You're
more
wrong.
people on the planet than
Prove it.
any war and
Prove
anything.
it. Prove
right?
it.
I would
Prove
have to check what
it.
he said.
Prove it.
We as human beings
Yeah.
of Africa have built a natural defense mechanism against sickle cell. Yeah? I mean against malaria, which you're calling sickle cell trait.
How many
right?
Africans die of malaria? How many Africans are killed by malaria?
Hold on,
Still, you have no point.
Let him clear his point.
Let me explain.
Yeah, go on.
see,
Because you're saying now,
Yeah.
you're exempt from malaria. This is what you're saying.
I'm not saying
you're
that.
saying your people
sickle cell
don't
trait.
have traits.
No, but you said you said.
Thank you.
He said.
Thank
Nobody
you.
said. He said. What's the people?
African nature, that.
No,
And
he
if you
said-
don't
no,
have
he said
it,
some people
are you
have-
African?
No, he said some people.
No.
He said some people.
No. So if you don't have sickle cell trait, yeah, you're not African, you're a foreigner living in Africa.
The Khoisans don't have it. The Khoisans don't have it.
You don't know that.
I
No, but
do.
him say.
The Khoisans don't have it.
You can't say that.
The Khoisans don't have it. I do. Look it up. Look, you've got a
Don't say
phone.
that.
You got a
You
phone.
can't say that.
You
Because
can't.
if they're the
Because you don't
oldest people
know.
on the planet,
You don't know.
they're the first people with
Oh, I
malaria.
see.
Yes.
doesn't matter.
If they're the oldest people,
I'm coming.
if they're the oldest people on the planet, they're the first people with malaria.
All right,
I'm lying.
gentlemen, I'm going to leave it.
No,
I'm going to leave it.
You know what I said, yeah? If I'm
Why did
gonna
the point?
leave-
Let me run.
My point is this, yeah?
Yeah.
The Khoisans, he said because I don't carry that trait, I'm not African, right? The Khoisans don't carry that trait, so they're not African too. Is that what you're saying?
That's not confirmed.
It is confirmed. I read it from the
But it's a
same.
good conversation, brother. Yeah, sorry, thank you, man.
They would have been the first people on the planet, since they are the oldest people on the planet,
right.
with malaria.
All right, we'll check that out. We'll check that out. I will check that out. I will check that out.
No.
What are you?
Kush, he said Kush. He said Kush.
So if you're Kush, right?
Yeah.
Ethiopian? You Ethiopian?
Yeah,
Same family.
Right.
Yeah, he's right. Go on.
No, you have
Down out here.
you
Yep.
have Kush,
Yep.
you have Masiriam,
Yep.
and then you have Egypt, right?
Right.
Now Kush is Ethiopian,
Right.
so that leaves you between Put and Masian, not Egyptian, right? Because you are where you are.
Yeah.
You are the closest person
What are
to
you trying to
Yemen.
explain? What are you trying to explain?
You're the closest person to Yemen, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
So that you are a real African.
Right.
So you're African, that thing there, where matter.
So I'm more African than
You
him.
have to carry that.
He's not African.
He's not African.
No, he's a Cuban.
Who's laughing
In
now?
Africa.
Who's laughing now?
You don't know where Alkebulan
Who's
is?
laughing now?
You know where Alkebulan is?
But you know what?
You know where Alkebulan is?
the
Hold on,
biggest staff.
Uncle. Do you know where Alkebulan is?
Africa.
Huh? So then why are you laughing?
Why
are you laughing?
You said you're not African,
Yeah, so he says I'm from Alkebulan.
but you're not African.
Do you know where Alkebulan is?
Whatever that is, but you're not African.
You said
Hey, you're here. Someone was looking for you.
Right. So my point is, he's right. The whole point is, my people, hold on, at one stage,
I was in this discussion, man.
resided
I was actually
in
in
that
it.
region.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to run. We had to run
I
to
want you on
there.
camera.
We had to run to there.
Call me when you're ready.
We're not arguing.
Because a Cuban.
But then when we was Kemet, hold on, and when we was Ethiopia, and when we was Somali, yeah,
Your
you weren't
knowledge,
there.
your knowledge. You were Somali. You were Somali. You were Somali.
We owned your shit.
You were Somali.
You never existed yet. You never existed.
He was Somali.
You never existed.
He was Khoisan.
Just here to learn. I don't know.
No, you know what?
I'm Khoisan.
He's Indian as well.
half
He's
Khoisan.
Indian as well.
I'm half Khoisan.
He's Somali.
In origin.
Ignorance.
Listen.
And it's amount.
In origin, I'm half
Ignorance.
Khoisan.
Subhanallah, man. I'm gonna leave you, man.
Yeah, fuck off, man. Go
Good
on.
luck
I'm
with
gonna
that,
slaughter you when you're gone.
slaughter
So
me.
you should stay, really, so I can finish you. You get me?
bro,
With your little
I had
gay
enough-
man jacket. Come on,
Even
let
the
me
man is
go.
laughing at you, bro.
Yeah?
Everyone is laughing. You're a laughing stock.
There's no one here.
You know what? Later,
no
I
one
beg
here.
you. I beg you should
no one
read.
here.
No, I beg you should read. You should read the comments. See what happens.
Bro, what
Read the
comments?
comments. See what happens to you, man. Because what you're claiming, no one agrees. It's out of your pocket.
You're gonna watch it.
It's out of your
You're
pocket.
gonna watch it,
I'm gonna
and they're
watch
gonna
it.
say, "Hurrah! The evidence that Maku's bringing forward is factual. This is what always happens.
Oh.
This is what always happens. This is what always happens.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. So
This is what
basically,
always happens. When I sell you the link,
the
come on my show and get that work.
The
You get me?
Khoisans are not African.
FTK.
The Khoisans are not African.
You said that.
The Khoisans
You know
are
what
not
I'm saying?
African. The
You
Khoisans-
said that.
No,
You said they don't get sickle cell.
Yeah, but they're not African.
You said they don't get
That's what he said.
That's impossibility for an African.
No. Because you don't because you don't understand genetics.
Yeah, for South
you don't
African
understand
as well.
genetics.
I do, and I
don't.
understand sickle
You don't.
cell, and I understand sickle cell trait, and I understand thalassemia, which Mediterraneans get, which is a form of sickle cell.
Anyways, come back.
Because they're mixed. You understand? So any mixed people, especially in the Caribbean, and they mix with someone mixed race, they have to be careful because the chances of them getting sickle cell are more apparent. Nothing to do with me. You understand? More to do with him. Fucking Asian guy. You get me? Chatting shit. You get what I'm saying? He's saying he doesn't have the trait. He doesn't have the trait. He doesn't have the trait. He doesn't even have the hair type. Look at him. He doesn't even have the hair type. He has a quiff. He has a quiff like a white boy. You get me?
No.
Johnny Bravo looking motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? What?
Coming back to the point.
Come on, man. There's no point, bruv. You got no
The
point.
Bantus, these people, they migrated from the jungles of where?
Are they indigenous?
Congo.
Are they indigenous
Go
to
back
Somalia?
to Congo.
Are they indigenous to Somalia?
No,
Were they there before you?
we were here before the Bantus. We were
So the Bantus came and met you?
We were the first, yeah. The Bantu expansion and the Cushitic expansion,
Okay.
the Cushitic expansions started first.
Okay. So,
And that's when we got there.
Both.
And when we got there, the Bantus came.
True.
If it wasn't for us, the Bantus would have taken over the Horn as well.
because
We stopped them. We stopped their migration.
doesn't make
Come
sense.
on, man.
It doesn't make sense.
Come
You
on.
say
We
the
drove
Bantu-
out the Khoisans. We drove out the Khoisans and we stopped their migrations. Clear history.
So-
You don't know jack shit.
So,
Come on,
the
man.
Khoisan. This guy's gay, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? So, the Bantus, brother, the Bantus.
He just threw out
Huh?
the pram.
I know. I don't know what all that was about. You better go and drink your water, man. You better go and drink your water, bro. You get me? Yeah? What is this guy talking about, bro? He knows nothing, bro. Yeah. So when the Somalis migrated to that region, yeah. He knows that the Khoisan were there. He knows that the Bantus were there.
Look, I'm straightforward. I'll always
Bantus Khoisan?
No. When we got
Bantus Khoisan?
No, they don't even have the same genetics. They don't even come from the same ancestor. They're whole different people to you people. You understand? So coming back to the point.
What people though?
The Cushitic people were the first to migrate, and the first migration started was the Cushitic, and they came to the Horn.
Right.
The
You
Bantus,
came there. Where
and then
from?
the
Where did you come from?
Bantus.
Where did you come from?
I'll tell you. Let me
India.
finish. No.
India.
And the Bantus, actually,
Pakistan.
the Bantus,
Where did you
they
come
started from Congo.
Where did you come from?
Somewhere down the Sahara line. Anyways, come back to the point.
Where did you come from?
This guy here, when they migrated, we were the ones that stopped.
Where did
if
you
it
come
wasn't
from?
for us, you would have taken over the Horn.
Where did you come
We
from?
stopped you. Where did we come from?
Where did you come from? Because you're going to tell us that the Bantus were brought in as slaves there.
We discovered.
Right? Yes? The Bantus were brought there as slaves.
we discovered.
One second. So you're saying the Bantu migration was Bantu slavery. So your migration that you're talking about yourself was also slavery. But you lost your memory and don't realize that man brought you there. I'm telling you, you're an Israelite from the biblical term. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not really clocking it. Yeah? You're a mix
Are we
breed of
Israelite?
people.
He'll correct you. Are we Israelite? Are the Cushitic people Israelite?
You're a mix. He said Canaan.
That's what he's saying.
He said he's a descendant of Canaan.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Huh? Kush. We're Cushitics.
From Kush?
Yeah, I am Cushitic. Yeah.
Because he's Somali.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And we established where we migrated from.
Yes.
We migrated from,
and he said,
we said it already, Mesopotamia,
What's
it called Mesopotamia, Egypt,
Hamite.
all the
Yes.
way down.
Yes.
You're Hamite, yes?
Right?
You're
That's where we
Hamite,
came
yeah.
from.
Hamite,
You're
yeah?
Hamite,
You're
yeah.
Hamite, yes.
You agree?
So,
Yeah.
you're
You're Hamite.
Israelite.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're Israelite. That's how you
We're not Israelite. We're not Israelite.
So you said if you're a Hamite, you're an Israelite?
No, I didn't say that. He's saying that. He's saying
Why
that.
not?
Why not?
Because look,
No, he's
Ham,
Hamite.
no. Ham,
No,
we're not Shemite, bro.
not true.
Ham
Not true,
had, what's it called?
They're mixed.
Kush.
They're brothers. They're
Kush,
cousins and things.
right?
That's right,
Kush,
cousins.
listen.
Yeah,
Kush was the son of Ham, right?
Yes.
So I am Cushitic.
Okay, you're
Whatever other sons that Ham had, I've got nothing to do with it.
But effectively, you're still Hamite.
Right.
Well,
By virtue, you're still
by
Hamite. But I agree.
ancestry, we
Yes,
are
Kush.
We're
But then
Hamitic.
where does Canaan come in then?
Yeah.
Huh?
Canaan. Where does Canaan come in?
Canaan was the brother of Kush.
That's what he's
That's
saying.
his forefather.
Yeah,
Look,
that's what
but-
he's saying.
wait,
That's
my
what he's
bro-
saying.
So you're saying you're Kush?
What my brother
You're not
is,
really Kush.
Yeah.
no,
You're Canaan.
What my brother is, what my brother is, if my brother is white or he's
You're
got a
Canaanite,
mark on his face,
Yeah.
I don't have to have the same mark, do I?
You're Canaanite, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with this guy, he's claiming that we are Kenites,
Canaanite
but
Israelite.
Ken was, we don't even claim that ancestry.
We don't care.
Canaanite Israelite.
You get what I mean? But come back to the point.
Admit
The
that
first
man
migration
migrated. That's cool.
to the Horn was by the Cushitics, and then the Bantu expansion happened. Right, driving through the Congo, what's it called, the Congo forest, all the way down to Kenya. Right, they would have taken over the Horn, but we stopped them. The Cushitic people stopped them. Right? You know what I'm saying? But the indigenous people to the Horn were the Khoisans. And we were talking about thousands of years ago. 3,000
glad
prior
you said
to that,
that.
long
Glad you
time.
said that.
But you're no
So you're not
Khoisan.
Egyptian?
Don't claim it.
He's not Egyptian.
You don't even, what do you mean? What do you mean we're not Egyptian? We migrated.
you say
Look,
Khoisan are the
bro,
original.
if
And I
we
agree.
migrated from all the way from the north,
From where?
right?
Yeah.
North, what's it called, Mesopotamia,
Russia.
all the way down
What?
to Egypt, all the way
China.
down through
India.
the Nile, all the way down through the Nile,
Pakistan.
and we came there,
Huh?
right?
Uzbek.
Bro,
Uzbekistani. Come on, man.
you're laughing now.
Arabs out here.
Bro,
Yeah, this one.
This one is.
I'm not saying I'm Arab. I just couldn't.
Thank
I
you.
call this out there.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. We're not Arabs. We're Somalis. We're Cushitic. We have our own
Your own
race.
people are telling you that you're talking nonsense.
Huh?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but you're black, innit?
Thank you.
Right?
Oh, now you're black.
They adopted you. You
Now
got
you're
adopted.
black.
You got adopted.
On you.
No. You got adopted by them.
See?
They
Look,
adopted you.
look.
They adopted you. You're no
They're
longer
not even accepting
Cushitic.
you.
You're
The
no longer
people are not accepting
Cushitic.
you.
Next time you get bullied,
See?
yeah, don't come to me.
Thank you.
No.
On me.
Listen.
On me.
Listen.
Don't call sniper.
Listen.
Don't call sniper.
Listen. If you don't come to me,
When they get him.
I've got my boy here.
Nah.
I've got my boy here.
He's running. They're running.
What?
He's running.
Listen.
This is my little brother, bro.
If you guys are not there to help me,
You kidnap Somali corner.
They get so.
Top Somali corner for everyone. We don't rate you no more.
Now,
Halkov.
you're dissing his
Halkov.
Bantu ancestry. You're dissing my brother's Bantu ancestry.
Are you
You get me?
Look at him, innit?
Mr. Afro, Banty.
Look at his
You get
hair.
what I'm
His
saying?
hair's the same as mine.
Nah, man.
Yeah, look at him.
You know what it is, bro. You know what it is, bro.
But we're
You get me?
Somalis,
He's a
man.
fuzzy wuzzy. You get what I'm saying? Falasha. You get what I'm saying? The original. Look at these bros. Come on, man.
Bro, you look like Indian, bro. Allow it.
But you got quiff. You got quiff.
Why do you think you're... I lost the hairline. Lost the hairline.
And he's fading, he's fading.
Remember the blood thing?
He's receding.
Remember the blonde thing? What was you doing there? What was you doing there? Is that African?
But anyways, listen.
Is that African dyeing your hair?
Anyways, the point is this. The point is this.
You want to be Aboriginal?
Arab, man.
Huh?
No Somali dies there.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah? Yeah. What was that, Johnny? What was that? Huh? Come on, man.
Them highlights.
Come on.
Them VO5, man.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Silky and that. Come on. You get me? FTK. You get me?
Yeah, he lost
this
it,
you
man.
here.
He
Tell
lost
me,
it.
bruv. Yeah, he said he was looking for me. He said he was looking for me. Yeah.
I was looking for you.
He found me.
I was looking for
You
you.
know what I'm
When did I say that? Why you say? Why you lying to the people? When did I say that? When did I say that?
You said you was on to
Why are
me.
you lying? Why are
say
you
you was
lying?
onto me?
No, because you know I said
You're
that.
onto me,
Because
bro.
because you were
You're
fucking
not
about
smart
with a Somali boy.
You're not smart enough, brother. It doesn't matter what I do.
Anyway,
Who are
you know
you?
what? Good luck. Good luck with the.
My son.
Good
You get
luck.
me?
Good
I
luck
told
with your
you.
delusional
Yeah?
knowledge.
The real original
Good luck with your
Ethiopian.
delusional
The
knowledge.
real original Ethiopian. You commercial version.
Ethiopia.
Come on, man.
Ethiopia. Look at this guy.
Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Everlas didn't
Bye bye.
last.
He didn't last. No last. No Duracell. Let me.
Everlas didn't last.
Huh? You want to be peroxide in his hair and all that bullshit. You get me? But anyway, as I was saying, FTK. You get me? Catch Nawabi and Sniper TV. You get me? Subscribe YouTube. You know how we do. You get what I'm saying? Big up my brother Red Pill Trill. Big up content over everything. Big up everyone is out here. You know how we do. Bang. Another one bites the dust.
Content over everything. From your belly. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
The joke is, even if all we were doing was climbing trees, yeah, and eating fruit, yeah, the living standard of the average African was still higher than the living standard of the average Briton during that time. Even if all we were doing was wearing loincloth and grass skirts and eating fruit and chucking spears,